This week, we follow the adventures of three well-hung guys in the woods as we discuss the 2017 horror movie, The Ritual. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me, as always, treat area expert, Mr. Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm doing very good. It's Father's Day, and I'm lucky enough and happy enough to say I didn't get shit because I ain't stupid.
Your pull-out game is strong.
Yeah.
I got a box full of
Candice, if you come before you even get there,
yeah.
The ultimate.
That's the other secret.
See, that was always my secret, is if you come in your pants, technically you've had sex with them. So
That's true. Yeah.
They just didn't have sex. And Tim, you might have heard, but we are not alone on this journey. No, we are joined once again by the only old witch I want to punch. It's Candice.
Hello. My kids watch this with me and they were like, oh, look, it's Mama. She's so old and ugly.
Oh, shit.
Just your kids shitting all over you. Well, folks, we are here nearing the end of Harvest June, and we are talking more folk horror, and I thought it would be fun to bring back longtime friend of the show. This week, our guest is the host of the Wednesdays We Talk Weird podcast. She's a Fortean investigator, and just a lot of fun to have on, ladies and gentlemen. We are joined by Asherz. How are you doing?
Oh, good. I'm so excited to be back. I know the audience was disappointed because they wanted rape or incest or necrophilia or, whatever.
Well, don't spoil it.
Oh, well. Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad.
Well, there was necrophilia alluded to in this movie,
That's
technically.
True.
So we'll get to that, though. But first, before we get to that, in Asherz, again, thank you so much for joining us. I want to get to everybody's favorite segment in our show. Candice, what have you been consuming?
Been putting the bits black and black.
Blitz,
back.
black, blah, blah, blah.
Yep, blah.
Take two.
The bits back in bloody bits.
Okay.
Because I have been playing the shit out of some video games.
Interesting.
Been doing some self-care this weekend, of completely
Have you been
avoiding
using a sock?
completely avoiding all responsibilities, so I've just been getting high and playing video games and also watching all the John Wick movies, which once you let yourself go and just enjoy it for what it is, they are very fun movies. And they're so fucking stupid. They're the bitchiest,
It's a video game.
most dramatic assassins. They just love making great grand proclamations, and everybody has their own shtick that they stick with the entire time. Like, it's soap opera for men is what John Wick is. It's so stupid, but once you can get past that, there's some great fucking action sequences that reminded me of RRR. In the the third one, when there's a lot of animals that are used in the combat.
Oh, with the horse? Oh my god, when
horse.
he's getting that horse to kick, fuck.
He's just gently patting a horse on its side, and it's kicking a dude in the face.
The guy gets up, he kicks him again.
He does it like 3 times.
Now, Candice, did you see part 4?
Yes, I saw part 4.
Okay, my favorite part is the part with the guy with the fucking drum player, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I was laughing my ass off in the fucking movie theater when I saw it.
So ridiculous and over the top, but also that fight choreography is so beautifully crafted. You're like, I don't fucking care.
Yep, and no cutaways. There's no quick edits.
It's all brightly colored and like.
There's a scene where he's fighting 2 guys with nunchucks, and it goes on for
really
about like a minute and 10 seconds.
Did you recognize those 2 guys?
No.
They're both Indonesian, which should give you a hint.
I'm going to guess that one of them was Dan Ensenato's grandson or son.
No, one of them is from The Raid. He's the Mad Dog. The little guy.
Yeah, because I know this movie has like a ton of fucking people. Like if you watch like old action movies and stuff like that from Asia and stuff, you're like, oh, that's the guy.
Yeah, it had Mark Dacascos in the third one. I was like, what the fuck? But no, other than John Wick, Which,
Yeah.
Eddie, you should give those another chance. You
Oh,
just got to
I'm
get past
down.
how stupid they are.
Yep. No, I'm down. I'm going to get high as fuck and start watching them.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. That sounds like self-care.
It is. And then, on top of that self-care, I bought myself some video games. And I
Okay.
wanted to talk about them.
Okay, let's get to that then.
Okay. First off, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition.
Fantastic.
Now, I have seen so many videos of people playing it. I know the shtick, you know.
Mhm.
Still did not prepare me for how brilliant this video game is. Even when you know what the twist is. And it's not even a twist. It's okay, let me put it this way. The Stanley Parable I put up there as video games as art. This is
Yes.
fucking art that can only be done with a video game because the interactive elements of it and also how it ruminates on the relationship between the designer and the audience and like how they expect you to do a certain things a certain way and then it plays with those expectations and it tells you, it breaks the fourth wall constantly. It's very funny, it's very poignant, and it's very beautiful at the same time. It's fucking art. Like, the Stanley Parable might be the greatest video game of all time.
Wow.
Could not believe how blown away I was by it.
Damn, Candice.
Yeah, I mean, it really blew my mind. And the other one's not out yet, but I wanted to get your guys' take on this. Starfield.
Looking forward to it.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
hopeful?
Very, very hopeful.
Hopeful
I'm-
that they can pull off everything they're promising.
You know
Yeah.
what, look, I'll be hopeful if they deliver on opening day one. If they give me 75% of what they're promising on day one, I'll be happy because that game just sounds so massive that there's no way it's going to be completely ready day one to play.
Oh, no.
Without anything having to be fixed or balanced and shit like that.
Yeah, if you buy the Super Deluxe Edition or whatever, the Premium Deluxe Edition, you get like 5 days early access. I'm like, I don't want this game in early access because you know that day one patch is going to be like 100 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that thing's going to be a hot mess when it's released. But once they get all the patches done, it's probably.
But it's on
Hopefully.
Game Pass. What kind of idiot, for real, what kind of idiot's going to pay for the fucking game and probably top premium dollars to get it 5 days early? Where they're going to probably reset whatever it is. Like, I don't know if there's a leaderboard or anything like that. They're probably going to reset it on the day that it's actually officially launched.
But this is the first brand new IP from Bethesda Softworks, the parent company itself. They release video games like once every 10 years.
That's right. Some kids weren't born the last time a game came out.
They said it took 25 years to make this video game because they've always been thinking about it. And now I bet when they got bought by Microsoft, they were like, oh, thank God. They
Yeah.
were probably like, oh, thank God we have money.
Yeah,
Money
here
to
comes
burn.
the dough. Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about it. It's because, as you said, it is Bethesda's parent company, so the Redfall shit that went down won't be happening here. And yeah, like, I don't know though, man. Those Fallout games started getting pretty rough.
Well, they have a brand new engine.
So
Those
That's-
all
yeah,
use the
that's
same
true.
Bethesda engine, and this is a
Yeah.
brand new Bethesda engine.
that is
Plus,
true.
it's a
So-
new IP, right? So
Yeah.
if I got to kill bugs in
Yeah.
outer space, that's cool, right? Instead of killing them
I
after
would
a
put-
nuclear
Space
bomb.
bugs. Yeah.
I would put Starfield as one of the most anticipated video games of all time.
I think it's real.
Yeah.
I think it's a make or break game for Xbox. I think if that game comes out and it sucks, that the whole thing with pushing Game Pass just became 100 times harder. And
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
why
It's
buy
gonna
an
be rough.
Xbox at that point?
Unless the new Fable that they're pushing fucking
Or
nails
Avowed.
it, or Avowed, yeah. But yeah, I think you're right, Tim. I think a lot leans on that one.
And I love
Candice.
Xbox.
Like,
I
the way-
don't want to buy a PlayStation. I want my Xbox to work.
So I watched the 45-minute video, the Starfield Direct, and then I watched like all the breakdown videos of it.
Mhm.
And the things that they're promising, it's like they want to eat No Man's Sky's lunch. They want
Yeah.
people to forget that No Man's Sky ever existed.
That's going to be tough, man. Because I mean, speaking of overpromise, underdeliver, No Man's Sky started that way, then became a fantastic game by eventually living up to the hype and living
And
up
then
to the
Didn't people like
expectations.
almost sue the company because they're like,
They
Oh,
did,
yeah.
yeah.
the game that I bought is like nothing what you explained it to be?
Yeah, and the guy came out ahead of it and apologized. He said, "Look, I made a lot of lofty promises that when the rubber hit the road, I just couldn't make, but give me time." And he was right. He did it, which is funny because like there was a second when that game was like $9 for a brand new copy in retail because
Mhm.
you know it fucking just ate shit so hard. That's when I bought it. Now it's a fantastic game. So,
but yeah, fucking man, so hyped about Starfield. I was like, man, what a time to be alive.
Yep, and Candice,
Plus,
I would
Final
suggest
Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16. It's also coming out in July.
I'm good.
Oh my god.
Checked out on Final Fantasy around 9. Candice,
you are such an old man.
You're welcome. Candice, I would suggest if you like
I
the
liked
Stanley...
Fantasy Star much better.
Same, Tim. Same.
Yeah.
I would suggest if you like the Stanley Parable, go get a copy of the Beginner's Guide. Same studio.
Oh, really?
Yes. I won't say anything about it because you know how they work. So, but yeah, I'd say get a copy. It's like $10 on Steam. Okay, so Tim, what have you been consuming, my friend?
Just playing some video games, boring ones like baseball, trying to grind out to get the good cards so I don't have to spend a lot of money on it like everybody else is doing. And friend of the show, Mike from Grindbin, turned me and Candice, and I think me and Candice then explained it to you, even though Candice hasn't watched it yet. The Curious Case in Italia Grace.
Yeah, so that is the maybe a little girl.
It's like as soon as I saw the first like 5 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, is this the fucking Orphan?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, is this the Orphan story?
It is. I think it's 6 episodes. Each one clocks in about like 45, 43 minutes around that time. Because I don't know what streaming service. I don't know if it's on Hulu. It has to be on something like Hulu or Paramount because a couple times when the people cursed, they were bleeping it out.
Yeah, it's on Max, which is the new
Max?
HBO, whatever. Yeah, because
they're also are they bleeping shit out.
They're also Discovery.
Yeah,
but if I'm paying, wait, hold on. Discovery has fucking MILF Manor on it, where dudes are fucking almost fucking jerking off in their mom's underwear after fucking smelling them. They're gonna bleep out when somebody says that little fucking girl was a fake.
I guess.
Well, you know, delicate sensibilities.
Okay.
At least they don't swear when they're coming into their mom's panties.
I highly recommend it. It is 6 episodes. The way the first episode starts off, you just keep saying, okay, it can't get any crazier than what I just heard or saw. And then it just does. And then you're like, okay, I'm watching the second episode now.
I can't wait.
They had to front load the first episode to get everybody to want to watch it, right? Second episode, holy fucking shit. This is crazier than the first episode. And it just kept topping itself over and over. And this is 6 fucking episodes. And I kept waiting for the last episode where it's like, oh, here's all the boring shit. Nope.
Wow.
Just, I don't want to spoil it, but yes, it is kind of like that Orphan movie. But then, is it?
Huh. Interesting.
That sounds really good.
It's so good because almost right up until the end, you could still have a thought about, is she or isn't she?
Wow.
Although they kind of prove one way or the other. I won't spoil which way they prove it, but...
Neither. It's a boy.
They cut her in half and count the rings.
Yeah. It's actually an 80-year-old man in a wig.
She got Judge Solomon on a case, and that was it for her.
It's just Martin Short on his knees, like that Clifford movie. All right. Well, thanks, Tim. What about you then, Asherz? You've been a little quiet over there, so let's circle back to you. What have you been?
Well, I can't comment on the video game situation because the newest console I own is a PS3. So until it's retro, I'll know about it in 20 years. So
I got one of those right here next to me.
If you still have those games, Asherz, they might be worth some money.
He turns it on to heat up his office.
Yeah, I'm an avid collector. That's like the only thing that I'm not allowed to make a career out of is retro gaming because I still have to have something that I enjoy. So anyway, pretty much the same. I took a page out of Candice's book. I've been self-caring and actually video gaming. I lied. My newest console that I have is a Nintendo Switch. So
yeah, see, knew it.
What a poser.
Of course. I know, right? I'm such a poser. It's the only console I stay current on is Nintendo, specifically for Pokemon. But now I'm not really too crazy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've been traveling a lot. I haven't been home. I've been everywhere else. And
I know if you follow your social media, you've been at like every convention.
Yeah, every convention ever.
Plus, with your line of work, you can't do that from your house, right?
Yes.
You got to go out there.
Right, you have to physically go out there, and it's been great actually. I went to Monster Fest in Canton, Ohio. That was wonderful. I met some people that I hadn't had the chance to meet yet, and well, like you said, this is my job, so it's surprising when I get to meet somebody that I've been friends with online for like 4 years. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
In a good way, though.
In a fantastic way. That was great. And then I went to the Withville UFO Festival, which I didn't really meet anybody new there. However, I guess there was like some really big YouTuber there making videos. And I'm just me, and I sell myself to every fucking person that comes up to the table, and I happen to be
Smart.
the only podcaster there. Yeah. And so now I'm like famous now or whatever. So
Oh shit!
that's pretty neat. It's
So we
I
had
guess
you before you blew up. Then that's
you
great.
did, yeah, you did.
See, that's
Yeah,
us
yeah.
getting the talent again.
Yeah.
We need to be talent searchers.
Yeah, now I'm super famous. No, I had no idea. I guess the channel's name's called Carpetbagger. Of course, I'd be featured on a channel called Carpetbagger. That's unsurprising to me. But yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Wow.
I just thought, hey,
Would it be
new
better or
listener.
worse to be Hoebagger?
Probably better. Maybe.
Whole
flare.
bagger. That's a guy, right? He's bagging the hose.
Some guy. Yeah. Well, some guy.
Call me a whole bagger. That was a compliment.
Bagging carpets. I don't know. He travels around the world and goes all these places, and he happened to come to this little UFO festival in the middle of fucking nowhere, Virginia, and I sold myself. So that was great, which is surprising because actually I'm like never at my booth at these things.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's just a
that.
cardboard cutout.
Yeah, that's yes.
Take a
we have
picture,
one
leave a
standing
dollar.
there. People just stop and talk to it and share their stories, and then they come up to me later and they're like, "Remember, I told you my experience?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry." No, I just look. If you want to find me at a convention, just look for the red hair. I'm really easy to find. I have people standing at my table selling things. I'm busy, so, but I've enjoyed it. Because right before that I just got done having all of my teeth ripped out and getting over that. So
Oof.
yeah, that was it still
That's
is
a process, isn't it? Yeah.
still is a process. I can't eat with my not real teeth, and it's kind of weird actually.
Well, not being able to like chew on something.
No, it's like I can't swallow. So like what your brain does when you get dentures is it thinks that anything you put in your mouth, your brain is like, oh, food. It's why you start like salivating and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so when you start wearing dentures, your brain's like, oh, food. So when it's in your mouth, it's like, wait a minute, hold on a second. That's too big to swallow. Stop trying to eat that. You're gonna die. And like you're not gonna die, but your brain doesn't understand that. So you have to like, I don't know what happens. I guess eventually it's just not going to be an issue anymore. But
it probably just get after a while. It just adjusts to it, right?
You would, I guess so. Eventually,
You think you might get like those phantom teeth pains, like somebody gets like an amputee, right?
I've heard that people have that happen. I haven't had that happen yet. I actually had a really great deal on my end. I got 24 teeth pulled and I had no pain at all. I didn't take any pain meds.
Wow,
What
that's
the
insane.
fuck? Wait, hold on.
It was
You're
like a
Bigfoot, aren't
miracle.
you?
I
You-
am. Yeah.
You sacrificed something to an old Norse god, didn't
Yeah.
you?
I must have. I don't know. I just accidentally, came upon this power. Apparently, my mouth it just doesn't feel anything. I don't know.
Wow.
It was really amazing.
Like the opposite of deep throat.
It was exactly.
Her Twitter followers just went up 1,000.
They all love it. Yeah, everybody loves that I don't have teeth now. It's been great. No, it's been a process, and I'm kind of just getting over it. I can like eat things though. Like it's amazing the things that people can eat with just their gums. I can't eat what some of these people can eat, but I'm just like, I'm shocked by it. People are like, oh yeah, I'll kill a whole bag of chips. And I'm like, fucking how? Like, I don't even understand the physics of it.
I bet it toughens up.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. It's like I said, it's a strange process, but going to these events, it was like my first, I hadn't gone anywhere in like 3 weeks. I hadn't been anywhere, just been at home. And that's not typical for me. But then I go out and I was kind of like shell shock for him. And then I'm out and I'm like overwhelmed because I'm like with all my friends and I'm seeing everybody and it's great. And, so I'm tired still, even still, this was last weekend and I'm exhausted.
Definitely need some self-care.
Yes, I've been
Get
self-caring.
high, play games.
Yes, getting high, playing games. That's about it, really.
That's good. That's good for you. So, you know what? I think everybody listening, do a little self-care. I know it's going to be past the weekend, past Father's Day, past Juneteenth also. But you know what? Maybe this coming
happy
weekend.
Juneteenth, everybody. And
Yeah.
fuck you to everybody who's pissed off because you have off today.
Oh my God. Who would be pissed off at getting an extra fucking day off? What?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, no, that's true, Tim.
You're
You're right.
like, I'm going into work. I don't care.
I live in Missouri. I'm not
I'm going to sit
surprised.
outside my building. Yeah.
That's a good point, Candice. Yeah, you're not surprised. So I have been consuming, I've been consuming the Ghosts in the Hood TV show.
Oh, that gem.
Which we are going to be talking about on the bonus episode, because I think I've finally found a reality show about ghost hunters where I can identify with one of the hunters. Like 100%.
I know which one it is, too.
And if you want to tune into that, so go to patreon.com/bloodybits and sign up. Other than that.
No, for real. If there's ever been a reason to join our Patreon, besides 6,000 fucking movies and request movies on fucking the Plex server, and they're there, this is going to be the episode. It's
so funny because somebody just tweeted that they were watching a movie on the Blood Bank, and I was like, yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you for your money.
So, no, totally. And like you said, Tim, over 6,000 movies. Everything we talk about's on there. So I've been watching that. I also just got in the mail my Steam Deck that I ordered.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Oh, Eddie, took a while.
Will you send that to me when you're done with it?
No. So for those of you who don't know, a Steam Deck is like putting a computer into a Switch. So you can do shit like play Elden Ring on a Switch.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, it runs Linux, so you can just install every emulator all the way up to the Switch emulator, by the way.
It's having a PC that you can carry around.
Yeah. And it is, I'm going to say it's daunting at first. That's for sure. Because you just boot it up and like my entire Steam library is in a handheld.
Oh, my God.
Dude, in my Steam library, I have got, I think, about 400 games in it.
I could play Power Wash Simulator on the couch.
You could. You could. And that, I've got to say,
how big is the screen, though?
It
about the
is,
size of a Switch, right?
No, it's substantially larger than a Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, hold on here. I've got both
the
of
screen
them.
Itself.
Because there's got to be some games that just doesn't work on. That you can't. Can you play Starfield with all like the little fucking dialogue boxes and stuff like that, and all the different sub menus on that, compared to like a big screen or a PC screen?
It's a 7-inch screen.
That might be a little bit smaller than the Switch.
Damn, Candice, 7 inches is small. Okay.
I think it's 7.5 for the Switch.
Nope,
I'm not
the
sure.
Switch is 6.2.
Oh shit.
So mine's
bigger and
it tells
better.
everybody it's 7.5. Yeah.
It depends upon the weather. But no, I gotta say, I very much enjoy it. I just popped in an extra big ass SD card to load all my ROMs on it, and it's like, what the fuck do I do first? I will tell you, the first thing I did with it was play Vampire Survivors.
Oh hell yeah.
That shit portable, Candice, crack.
My life would be over because that's all I would do.
It's just crack, I'm telling you. Okay. So that's a lot of fun that we've just talked about other shit. So let's get to the business here, though. Here we are rounding it up. We're in our second to last week of folk horror, and this is one of them that it was one of the big ones that I had in mind. The Ritual from 2017.
Yeah, we finally finished the Tales from the Crypt trilogy, right?
Poor Tim.
So in our hosts Discord, Tim posts a screenshot from the movie Ritual, not The Ritual, Ritual with Tim Curry.
I got lazy with typing it in.
Yeah. And I just said, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, Tim did it again.
He's like, the movie Ritual.
Again. This is the first time I almost watched the wrong movie. Again.
So I'm like, no, Tim, 2017, The Ritual.
Well, come on. It's set in fucking Jamaica. It's about voodoo. So I'm thinking,
I know,
it fits in, right?
Yeah, technically it could count. Yeah, that's fair.
I think Tim did that when we did The Signal, too. He was like 45 minutes into
yeah.
it.
I fucking knew it. I knew it happened more than once.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's so ironic about that is that the director of this also directed The Signal.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Well, we'll get to
There's
that
just
here in a
something
sec.
about this movie this guy directed. I don't want to see his movies.
I guess, yeah. He's
Your
trying to
brain
avoid
is
them.
subconsciously like subverting you away from it.
Yeah, so you're
Come
gonna
up
watch.
with a better fucking title.
You're gonna watch all of the wrong VHS movies then, because he directed a couple of segments in those.
Oh,
I got like
which ones?
35 minutes into that fucking movie before they get.
Into
Thank God I
Ritual.
sent you that fucking screenshot, because if I didn't, I would have watched that. It's
Oh,
an hour and
man.
41 minutes, by the way, so it's longer than this actual fucking movie. Because
Yeah.
because the Crypt Keeper's got probably 2 caps.
Oh yeah,
at the
he's
beginning and the end.
hopping and
but-
bobbing. Was that the one with him and dreads?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Come
no.
on. Yeah. Yep.
That's rough.
Not a good.
was
Not
on
a good
spring
comedy
break.
bit. Yeah.
Just John Cassier trying to sound Jamaican. No, thank you.
Oh, and just like, for no excuse, doesn't matter what the Crypt Keeps, here's some asses and tits and bikinis.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
Yeah. It's Tales from the Crypt, Tim. What do you expect?
And one of the notes I have written down, which is just too good, I'm sorry, I have to say it, is I never thought I needed to see Jennifer Grey in panties, but I was wrong.
Okay. Tim is now, for the listeners, doing his red ink jokes for movies we're not covering.
Everybody just loves Wesley. Okay.
Yeah, we totally get what you're saying there, Tim.
Oh, the other one, the other one I consumed, the other thing I just watched, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm going to be on the grind bin covering Hard Bodies. Ooh,
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Nice.
I
pile
remember
of
seeing
shit.
that in the theaters, yeah.
We learned some horrific things about man, about his life.
Oh, Chris Man?
Chris Mann, yeah.
First they
he's-
call me
I
Tex.
was like, what do you mean, like mankind or?
No, Chris Mann's on there with me, and we learned some horrific things about his life.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
tune into that shit. I won't spoil it though. But so 2017, the Ritual. This is one of them my wife suggested to me, and of course I didn't watch it because I don't listen to anything she says.
Mm-hmm.
I've told her she's not allowed to make suggestions or proclamations or even declarations in this house.
Can she
No,
like
so-
can she like meekly suggest something?
yeah, that's the idea. No,
Write it
so-
down, give it to one of the kids to hand to him. That's it.
Oh God, yeah. Like the Vogans in Hitchhiker's Guide, it's got to go through. It's got to be triple certified, stamped twice, lost, buried, refound. No, so I watched it back then. I remember, and I fucking loved it because it just hits this like Nordic god, ancient evil shit in the middle of the fucking woods, and it's so isolating and terrifying, just conceptually, that I remember it was fantastic.
Yeah,
so
I
of
think
course-
this is one of the scariest woods or forests that I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's my history with it. So I guess we'll go with you first then, Asherz, since you're the guest. What's your history with this movie, The Ritual?
Sure. So people bring this up a lot to me because they mistake the creature for a Wendigo.
Oh, I know when I Googled it, that's the first thing that popped up.
Right.
Huh.
And so it's, so I've watched it prior. It's all right. I don't hate it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but I don't love it either. But I'm just not I think, I love a good monster, and that's where I'm like conflicted in these types of movies. I love a good monster. I'm not crazy about supernatural film. So I had to end up relating to the character on a trauma level, and I did. So I could do that instead. But I do appreciate the monster itself. I wish that we kind of would have seen it more. It really gives me a very Blair Witch vibe, which surprisingly is a movie that I actually enjoy. So it's all right. I don't think it's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it's not one of my top favorites
It's
either.
not your style. I get that.
When you're saying you got a Blair Witch vibe from it, I did too.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Oh, yeah,
shots of
yeah.
the woods and the lighting. I was like, this is straight up from Blair Witch Project.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like clearly, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it, but like clearly the creature's like controlling the woods, I mean,
Mhm.
they're not going to escape, and we kind of, and we just kind of know, I mean, we know that. And then we know because we all grew up watching the Blair Witch or whatever that like they're, it's bad ending.
Yeah,
Most
Yeah,
everyone.
they
That's
might as well just throw that map away.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I kicked it in the fucking river.
Oh my god! I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, I beat the fucking shit out of this cocksucker.
I love that guy, man. So good. So what about you then, Candice? What's your history with this movie?
I watched it in 2017 because it was towards the end of the year and everybody's making their end of the year lists on podcasts. And it was on so many people's lists. I was like, well, I gotta watch this movie now. I was like, luckily at the time I had Netflix. So I watched it and I was like, damn, that was a good fucking movie. And the thing that I really love about this movie, other than the lighting, which is fantastic,
Mhm.
is the creature design.
Yes.
Yeah.
This creature
Yes.
design I absolutely adore. Anytime someone's like, what's your favorite creature design? It's always this one because it's so unlike anything else.
When you get that, like, not the final shot, but we get like the first good view of it, it's just like, holy fuck, yeah, it is a great design.
I like its face hands a lot, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes me
Oh,
think
yeah.
of like how convenient it would be for blowjobs, you know, to have your fucking hands right there next to your mouth.
Well, there's a note about that
Oh,
in the
no.
production notes.
Oh boy.
Make it more good for blowjobs.
Yeah, make
That's
it
what I
good
say,
for sucking dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, Tim, what about you, buddy? What's your history with this movie?
My only history with this is let's watch the wrong movie.
Wow. So first viewing today.
Yeah, first viewing, yeah. I
What'd you
don't know
think?
if I've heard about this movie before.
Wow. Okay. So what'd you
Yeah,
think?
it was kind of like hot for like a month and then nobody ever talked about it again.
Yeah. Got kind of overlooked. So Tim, what's your opinion on the movie then? First viewing.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's one of those movies. We all know how my wife hates monster movies and ghost movies and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she came in about 30 minutes into the movie, and then she sat down and watched the whole thing. And I had to explain to her what she missed in the first 30 minutes, because she's like, why is there a fucking pharmacy in the middle of the woods? I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, that is a little rough to try to explain. So, yeah, we'll get into it here. 2017, The Ritual, written by Joe Barton and Adam Neville. Adam Neville wrote the book that it is based on.
I love his
And
brothers.
I have read them.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I've read most. I actually have not read this book,
Mm.
The Ritual, but I've read a lot of Adam Neville books.
Okay.
Really fucking fantastic writer. Like you think that it would be difficult to write something spooky, like something that would actually give you a chill when you're reading it. But his atmosphere is so thick in these books that like you actually feel creeped out when you're reading it.
Wow.
Because it's like so beautifully described, you can picture it so clearly, and it just envelops you in it. It scares the shit out of you. He's a fantastic writer.
This was a movie that, like, halfway through, because I saw that it was based on a novel, I was like, holy shit, I might want to read this book.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go, man. Talk about high praise for the man, Adam Neville himself. Directed by David Bruckner. Of course, as I had mentioned before, he is a bloody buddy. He directed The Signal. Most recently, he directed the Night House and the Hellraiser from 2022.
That's why David Bruckner
Nice.
sounded so familiar.
Yep. He also did the Amateur Night segment from VHS, the first one. And
Oh,
he's gonna
shit.
and he's going to be doing another segment in the new one coming out. So
Nice.
got to keep an eye on. Starring in this movie, we've got Rafe Spall playing Luke. He was Noel from Shaun of the Dead. He was also in the Grindhouse short Don't, and he was in Prometheus. So
Yeah, he's got one of those blandly handsome British faces that you kind of see everywhere. Like I know I've seen this guy in other stuff.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I thought I saw this guy in like
big-
a rom-com
big
at one
part.
point when I saw his face.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you have. And everybody else in this movie, as you said, blandly attractive English people. Without really a lot
Everybody? You like Dom Candice?
Not all of them. That's true.
The bitchy one, the one with like the blown out knee.
I have written down this
Dom.
would be me in this movie. This is my
Oh,
character.
you would, bitch so much. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I like
Poor
the other
Dom.
idiot is Mario, and this one's me.
Poor Dom, man. No, but I went through all of the listings and I'm like, okay, has anybody in here been in any big horror movies or something we've covered before?
I don't think so.
No, nobody else. That's literally it.
That's that lead for the Rafe guy is the only actor I recognize in this movie.
Yep. So the original tagline for this, when they were releasing it, was going to be they should have gone to Vegas, but then the Vegas shooting happened, so they
Oh
changed it.
no.
Oh, so they made a better choice.
Yeah, they changed it to Ibiza. This was also filmed in the Carpathian Mountains outside of Romania. It was,
Whoa,
as you
creepy
said,
fucking woods there then. Jesus.
Yeah, for real. This is no shit. This is the scariest fucking woods I've seen in a fucking movie.
yeah, it's
It does not shock me
rough.
that it's made in Romania.
No. And it did have a limited box office release, but as you said, it mostly went over directly to Netflix. It made, I think, about $2 million in its limited run in the box office, but kind of went on to be a cult hit.
Is there a physical release of it, or is it only on Netflix and streaming shit like that?
That's a good question.
And then Netflix fucking sucks for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I only have my virtual copy of it that's up on the bank. I'm not sure, Tim.
Okay. Caught you with your pants down. Okay,
you know
ahead.
what?
Continue
I'll look
hosting.
it up for you.
Yeah, okay.
You know what, Tim? It is on Blu-ray. You can get it right now.
Hey, nice. Okay.
Yep. So
I recommend buying this movie on Blu-ray.
hey, look at that. So we've also got some facts on the runes that they carve in the trees and stuff, but that sounds like nerd shit to me. So I'm gonna kick
That's
it.
some Nordic nerd shit. Yeah.
Oh, also one of the executive producers on this was Andy Serkis.
I saw that.
I saw that name. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give the other production notes then over to Candice if she has anything else she wants to.
You know I do.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
So
One of my tattoos. Yeah, Candice.
no, I looked up about the monster because I think that's the star of this movie. So
Yes.
it's supposed to be a Jotun, which are the giants that Loki was from.
Yes, at one point they said that, and I have, what the fuck is Loki sicking his dick into?
Well, he's a shapeshifter, so he'll actually fuck literally anything in their shape. So, yeah, he has a lot of kids like this. But apparently the Jotun are also older than the gods of Asgard. And so when David Bruckner was coming up with the idea for this creature, he wanted something that was apart from mankind completely, was just completely natural looking, but also does have a little bit of touch of mankind with it, with its like corpse head, you know?
Yeah.
And he wanted the slit down the crotch where he has to pull the folds aside to like look with his glowing eyes. Like that was on purpose because he wanted it to look like the dude's genitals were scooped out and there was a face underneath it. Like that's why he has that weird face down there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a Jotun, and they're supposed to be older than the gods of Asgard. They're kind of like the like what Kronos was, like a Titan, like even older. They're the ones who made the gods.
Yeah,
they're actually more based off of Pan, actually, and other satyrs. So, I mean, they go back even further than that, which have been around for, God, almost forever. So,
Candice, suck it.
Yeah, Candice. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Candice.
Hey, I welcome it, all knowledge.
You know, with all of this like old folklore and stuff like that, honestly, because like we just did, our latest episode is on the Goat Man, and like it gets to a point where like you're backtracking that history and you're just like, oh my God, fuck this. Who really cares what came before it, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but they wanted something that was completely all natural with just a touch of mankind on it. And that was the idea for this monster.
It would fit into like, bringing it back to the bits, it would fit into like a Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it looks like an old god, you know, because like the way I like to describe it is that it is non-Euclidean architecture put on organic matter.
Exactly. You know, Candice, that's in my notes.
Yeah, Tim wrote that down actually. It was right under the "I wonder what its pussy is like" note.
But you know, just like looking at it will drive you crazy because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a fantastic monster design. So yeah, thank you very much on that one. I guess we can kick this one off. Where every good adventure begins, in a bar. And we meet our five friends in this bar. We've got Luke, who's our hero. He's got kind of curly hair. He's a little bit, like you said, like blandly attractive.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's not, rock star material or anything, but
he looks like he's the English actor that's like the subplot of Love Actually.
yes. he's the extras.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Dom Yobo, who plays the fat guy, Dom. And
our
I
hero
actually have it written
immediately.
down, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to scratch that out because I probably shouldn't say that. But then, fuck it. Why not? Yeah, that's me in this movie.
The one our hero immediately fat shames.
Immediately, people are just all shitty to him about being fat. And he's not even that fat. He's
just like a little chubby, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dom is like, he gives me big Franklin energy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he is bitchy.
Hate that guy.
Bitchy, dude.
Well, Franklin had a better excuse than this guy does.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. We've got Hutch. He's just kind of the cool bro.
Yeah, this is Mario.
Is the Mario. We've got Phil the wuss. That's what the only thing I have is a note for him. And Robert the dead guy who's gonna die in the next scene. They're all discussing
the one who seems to be like the glue of this friendship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, really definitely. Does. Yes, he's the one that's keeping them all together. Yeah,
because they're all having this big argument about, okay, we're going on vacation. Where are we going to go? You want to go to Vegas? No, they just had a big shooting. You want to go to Ibiza? We're too old for that. Hey,
all right, can I ask you a question? I don't have a lot of friends that I would be going on vacation with, but is this a thing where like 3 or 4 friends, like every year, one of the other ones picks what they're going to do, whether or not the other group of friends want to fucking do it?
Yeah, I get the feeling it's like a weird friend group from college or something.
It's like, I know 2 of my friends hate going up to high mountains. Oh, I want to go to Everest.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of a dick move, but they one of them decides, okay, I want to go for vacation to go hike the King's Trail between Sweden and Norway, right? They kind of argue over it and like, come on, Robert's like, come on, guys, I really want to do this, and they're like, okay,
too bad his name is Rob.
We all love Rob, so let's all do it for Rob because he's like our best friend. He's the glue that holds us together, right? So they're like, yeah, for Rob. So Rob and Luke are like, okay, we're gonna go hit up a drugstore and just get bottles of liquor now that we're out of the bar. So we'll catch up with you.
Well, the way these people talk about like hiking in Sweden, they act like it is the ass end of nowhere. Like, how people will be like, oh, I'm going to go hiking in the deep south. I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail.
No, nobody says that.
Yeah.
Candice, that guy was going to Brazil to bang that chick. He wasn't actually going to hike that goddamn thing.
No. But like, you think of it as like, why would you even go there? There's nothing for you there, which is why you just made the joke. No one ever said that.
Right.
So like the one Rob's like, oh, let's go backpacking in Sweden. I've always wanted to do that. The rest of them were like, the fuck would you want to do in Sweden?
Yeah.
When they get there, it's fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Until it's
like
nighttime
mountains.
And it's fucking freezing and it's pouring rain and they're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's great.
Well, that's on them. That's bad planning.
Yeah. You know what you do? If you want to see that the beautiful mountains up there and everything, you get in a helicopter, you fly past it, you go to a hotel. Fuck this.
So is Scandinavia like the Midwest of Europe for you?
Yeah. You just got to fly over Scandinavia.
That's a flyover country.
The flyover region. Yeah. That's where my people are from, Finland. So I gotta
then you definitely don't want to go there.
Yeah, that's true. So they run into this liquor / drug store. And as they're in there looking over some bottles of booze, one of them grabs a bottle of vodka. Like, okay, we'll get this going. And inadvertently realize, oh shit, we're in the middle of a robbery.
Oh yeah, that's pretty shocking when you realize it.
You
see him look up and then his face just changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they see the clerk tied up behind the counter or something, right?
Yeah. And the 2 dudes swinging knives around, which is very bizarre.
No, it's a fucking machete.
Right. I'm just saying not a gun, Tim.
Well, no, I think it's important because it comes back because it's a machete that the guy has.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's not a gun because this is the UK.
Yeah, it's England.
Exactly. I'm just saying that, like, typically what I'm used to seeing in a movie is robberies with a gun. Right.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, with a machete, you can only kill like 6 people before your arm gets tired.
It depends on how much PCP you've had.
That's
yeah,
true.
fair,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
fair. If you're doing the old Missouri Speedball, which is PCP and moonshine mixed with a
Oh, wow. Look, man, if your heart can take that shit, you are a god.
yeah, you do that, and then you get a can of dust off and inhale it, and you're good to go.
Spray your
like
mouth
that security guard on Twitter.
Yeah.
Did we hang out in my early 20s?
So you think that's where they got that in Mad Max with the chrome mouths, Candice?
They were just huffing. Yeah, that's it.
tweakers.
Yeah.
from down
How else are you going
south.
to convince a 20-year-old to jump off a fucking moving truck?
Yeah.
Fair, yeah, fair. So no, Luke, he doesn't get spotted by the robbers, so he ducks and kind of hides, and you see him considering the vodka bottle in his hand, like I could club these motherfuckers. But Robert gets spotted, and they're like, "All right, Robert, give us, your fucking
Well,
wallet."
because he makes a noise, and then
Yeah.
they turn around, and then they see his friend who's just frozen, who stands there.
Yeah. He just stands there, panics, and they're like, "All right, give me your fucking wallet." He gives him the wallet, and they're like, "All right, well, what else you got?" He's like, "I don't know, watch." So gives him the watch. He's okay, now give me your ring. Guy goes, "No, I'm not going to give you my wedding ring. You've had enough. You're done. Just
My finger's too fat. I've gained 20 pounds since I got married. This shit ain't coming off. Yeah.
Yeah, and no, so Robert gets fucking killed over his wedding ring. Ladies and
Hits him in
gentlemen,
the head with a pipe.
don't get married.
Is it a pipe or is it a machete?
Well, first he gets cut with the machete, and then he gets hit with a pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude's fucking dead, and that's what we get to learn from it. Don't get married. So 6 months later, they all decide, look.
Worst thing about it was a zirconian. Worst diamond ever.
Oh man. So they're doing their little hike because, their friend died and it was his last wish. He wanted to do this hike.
They're going to make a little cairn for him.
I would say his last wish was probably to not die.
Probably, yeah. So that his wife didn't buy him such an expensive ring.
Yeah, that too. Just give the guy the fucking ring. Like, you're gonna die? What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't understand
Hold
either.
on, Eddie. Can you pull off your wedding ring?
Yep, it's off right now.
I don't know why he didn't just run. Again, the guys don't have guns. They've got machetes and knives. Just fucking leave.
It's a very good point. Yeah, that's exactly Asher. You should have just fucking run away. Whatever. So they build a little statue to him up in the hills.
Yeah, here's where I have written down. That's right, motherfuckers. You better take my fucking ashes to the top of the mountain. And then I have written down 10 minutes later, like, wait, you didn't even take him to the fucking top of the mountain?
No, they
build a cairn for him out of stones.
Yeah, and they put his teddy bear on it, and I had written down. Oh, I remember the flask they're drinking out of because it's got a little window in it, and I've never seen that before.
Oh, I had one like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wonder what they were.
The purpose of a flask, doesn't it?
Well, no, it's covered up in leather, and you keep that part on the inside.
No, true.
Fair.
Plus, how do you know when to fill it up?
When it's empty.
Listen, I'm not saying that I'm against public intoxication at all. I'm just saying I thought that the purpose of the flask was to hide what you were drinking.
Right. It's like why they give you
because nobody's drinking out of a little fucking metal thing that has water in it. As soon as you see somebody take that out of their pocket, you know what's in it.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's hiding in plain sight. What if it is
my
water?
Gatorade. I'm sorry.
I just use like those tumblers that you get from Starbucks because I'm a 30-year-old woman, so everybody just assumes I'm drinking tea.
Smart.
And it's rum and Coke.
Very good move. I usually just get edibles or something. They just eat a gummy bear out in public. Nobody knows what the fuck's happening.
Yeah.
They know.
Well, yeah. Once you get high as shit, they know. Oh man! But till then, you're fine though. You just look like you really have a sweet tooth. So yeah, then they each take a shot of the booze and then dump it all out. To give him
too much of a waste. You pour out some for the homies, not all of it.
Oh yeah, it's a particularly long pour. So they do that and like, all right, got it all poured out, got it all set up for our homie. The lodge is that way. And I love this as like a framing device, right? So it's like we can see where we're going. It's
It can't be
right
that
there.
far away.
Can't be that far.
Mm-hmm.
So they start hiking that direction. Immediately, Dom slips and fucks his knee out.
Because he's bitching. He was bitching and not paying attention, and
Yeah.
he falls
Mm-hmm.
and lands badly.
It sucks.
I think he did it on purpose because Dom's just the kind of person that has to be special in any situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably that person who always has some kind of injury. They're
Yeah.
always wearing some kind of brace.
Yeah,
He's
or
just
like-
thinking ahead. He's thinking, look, if I fake an injury, we're going right back to civilization. We don't have to do this stupid shit. We already put the fucking carom up for the idiot friend who died.
The
Why are we
carom?
going to the top of this mountain? It's disrespectful.
It is the Tim Yobo move. That's fair. I hurt my fucking
This is-
Oh, he
this
felt
is
like I
the
stuck my
Tim.
finger up my ass.
Yeah. And it's so funny too because they call him out on it. They're like, you're not injured, you're uncomfortable. Just keep walking, loser. And he's like, no, I tore my meniscus a few years ago, so it's probably that
And this is
again.
exactly like it, yeah.
They're like, no, you didn't do that. You just slipped because you were complaining about walking, which
Yeah,
sucks
this
for
guy
you.
sounds like a riot to be around.
Oh yeah, he sounds like a fucking blast. So
Because
they
they're
figure-
already so fed up that it's something he clearly does all the time.
yeah. This is the guy that the minute you leave for your like 10-hour drive on a road trip, he's like, I gotta pee.
It's too hot in here. It's too cold
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah. Oh,
That
you know
music's
what?
too loud.
You know what, guys? I ate garlic last night, and that always gives me gas. I don't know why I did it, knowing I'd be trapped in a car with you all for 10 fucking hours. One of those dickheads.
Oh,
So-
passive aggressive move. I like that.
And then, yeah, that if you
Yeah.
do it, if you're the guy doing it intentionally, then yes, that's fucking hilarious.
It depends on what side of the fort you're on.
Yeah. God, if I could have just fart on command.
You'd be on Howard Stern.
I'm thinking about how different my life would be. It'd be so much better. Yeah. Maybe next time. Maybe when I come back. So yeah, he twists his knee. Then they figure out, okay, we've got 14 hours total for the end of the trail, right? The lodge is 8 hours away, then another 6 hours for the end of the trail. But then with this fucked up knee, dude's like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to fucking hear him for the next 14 hours.
Yeah, that's like a major deciding factor.
Yeah.
Is how much they don't want to hear him bitch more.
Can we just leave him here or something? They're like, no, we can't. Like, look, we already
We'll
built
send a
a
helicopter for you, right?
Yeah, we already built one fucking monument to a dead friend. I don't feel like building another one immediately. So he's like, all right, well, look. And Hutch says, listen, I looked at the map, right? Instead of going around these crazy, scraggly woods, we could just cut right through it.
Yeah, he's like, look, you can just cut right through it. I'm like, no, you clearly
you
don't
can't,
walk through
yeah.
a lot of woods. Like there's a reason it goes around the woods and not through them.
Yeah. And
It's because it's much more difficult to walk through the woods. They're all like on wide open fields.
yeah.
They have smooth trails ahead of them, and
Yeah,
then
and
they
a
take a
line of
guy
vision
with a
is the
leg
way you're
injury
going. Yeah.
through a
Right.
place that's full of trip hazards.
Yeah. Trip hazards, wildlife.
Yeah, I'm going to be bitching even more if you make me walk through the fucking forest.
Tim, you wouldn't have agreed to go out to the bar at the beginning of this.
No, you can get me out to the bar, but
Okay.
I'm standing outside while my idiot friend goes in and gets some more beer. So
No, you know what? Honestly, Tim, and I'm in the same category as you on this one. If my friend who links me with the friend of a friend dies, that friend of a friend doesn't exist anymore. That
That's
whole
true, yeah.
friend group
that's
is
it.
fucking
It breaks
gone.
the chain.
Yeah, if I'm Robert's friend, which we can all admit that Robert's better than them, he's probably better than all of us.
Just shitty people left.
Yeah, then I'm out of the friend group. Fuck it. I'm going to get into a friend group where we do like cheese tastings, something like that for our activities. Not
Make a horror movie out of it.
yeah,
Ruin it for you.
not marching through the scraggly fucking woods. So they start going through it, and I like Phil immediately starts bitching. He's like, "Yeah, my scoutmaster used to say that if a shortcut was really a shortcut, it would just be the route."
I agree with that.
That's true, right?
That is wisdom right there.
Yeah.
You never hear good things about shortcuts too many times, right?
No. Never
Why
good
is the
things.
kid disappeared? She took a shortcut to home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Shortcuts are kind of like the hitchhiking of the woods.
Yeah,
You're
smart people
fucked.
don't do them.
Yeah.
It's like gamble. If you like to gamble while you're walking, take the shortcut.
Yeah. So they all start bitching about how hungry they are. And like, oh man, the fat guy immediately, he's like, oh, I want a cheeseburger or a Big Mac on a
No,
plastic
this is
tray.
where I have written down. This is me because the first guy says like, I want a steak,
Mm-hmm.
and the other guy's like, I want sushi, and he's like, I want a plastic box with McDonald's in it. And I'm
That's
like,
what,
yeah.
and I was going to ask you guys, what would your guys' food be if
I
you were like
actually-
cold and hungry?
No, I wrote down what would our last meal be if we were going to be executed. But yeah, let's go with cold and hungry in the woods then.
Oh, you can have anything, or you can only stuff that you would bring with you to the woods.
No. Like if you could just be
anything.
magically
Okay.
transported away to the meal of your dreams,
Yeah,
what would you
Tim,
be dreaming
what
of?
is it? No, you're not transported away. It appears in front of you, served elegantly on a tree stump. So, Tim, what do you get?
McDonald's from when I was 7 years old. Or
Oh,
8 years
man.
old, right?
When they used to deep fry the apple pie.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In
And
beef
that styrofoam
tallow.
container that's probably still in some landfill and will outlive me by another 1,500 years. But god damn, it was convenient to put the French fries in the empty part.
Fair. What about you, Asherz? You're alone in the woods. You're cold and wet and hungry. What are you asking, paying for?
So I do this a lot, actually. So,
Okay.
Wait, what does that mean?
because I'm in the woods a lot. And
Yeah,
usually by the
Tim,
end of
she's
the
a
day,
Fortean investigator.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm looking for
hopefully
Bigfoot
she brings food with her.
and Nordic gods. No, we don't usually. We're dumb. We're not. I'm a 40 investigator. I'm not rich. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
You need to be a
Trail mix.
5TN investigator for that.
yeah.
No.
Exactly. So typically, I mean, it's kind of a ritual when we're out in like, well, usually West Virginia is our woods of choice. We go to Tudor's Biscuit World. This is super regional, but
World.
Tudor's
Wait
Biscuit
a
World. Listen, I'm about to bestow you with
Tudor's
some
and the
knowledge.
Monkey Man?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Tudor's Biscuit World.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it is a chain. Okay. It is a chain restaurant. I don't know how far it reaches. I know that they at least have them in Virginia and in West Virginia.
There's two links in that chain.
That's it. That's the chain. And it is a, they do lunch, but they mostly are breakfast. It's breakfast food.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it's fucking banging. Like the shit
Oh
is
man, I want some
delicious.
now.
It is it's so fucking good. And you wouldn't, like, you see it, right? It's real fucking tacky, right?
I'm going
it's
to
like
Grubhub right now. What's the name of the place?
It's Tudor's Biscuit World.
Grubhub
Tudors.
says they can't deliver.
Tudors.
Like the Tudors.
Tudors, yeah. And it's no, it's great. It's like the buildings are like these, like, I mean, it's real tacky. It's like a barn. You're like, man, that place can't be good. No, it's fucking great. So
Those are usually the places that are good.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's the best. It's like fast food Cracker Barrel. It's like, you know, you don't think you want it until you're there, and then you're like,
Without
yeah.
all the fights.
What
That's
do
a
they
good
do
choice.
really well there? What's the best biscuit?
Biscuits, obviously. No, so they're all like biscuit sandwiches. So they make this one sandwich, and it's like a fucking, it's biscuits, but like in between it is pepperoni and like this really cheap like cheese sauce, and it's perfect because it's so
Biscuit
cheap.
with pepperoni and cheese whiz.
Yes,
Tim,
yeah.
buddy.
I'm
telling
starving.
you.
I mean, no, I'm still starving while I sit in the restaurant because I ain't eating that shit.
You know what turned when I lived in Florida, people were eating for breakfast fried chicken on a biscuit with honey.
Oh, chicken on a biscuit?
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the
and
best.
I was like, man, that's the weirdest fucking thing for breakfast. But
Yeah,
then
no,
I did
it's
it.
not.
Chicken for breakfast.
But then I did it, and oh man,
Mhm.
fantastic.
Man, you can't even get those here. It angers me so much.
Do you have a Wendy's?
They don't have chicken biscuits.
They do in the morning.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Yeah, go double check that one then. Shit. Then what about you then, Candice? What's your go-to?
You're gonna laugh.
What?
It is herbed goat cheese on crostini.
God.
What the fuck?
You're gonna piss off some goat god doing that.
That's what I was just saying. All the gods should come down on your ass. What the fuck kind of pick is that?
I just love goat cheese. It is literally
Goat
my
cheese is
favorite food in the
fantastic.
entire world.
You ever put it in mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
fantastic. Yeah. I'm going to go with mine's going to be an escape helicopter that I ordered for lunch. So
Nice.
Oh god, this is every goddamn time. You know what I would do in this situation? Leave.
That's one of my favorites. Well, I'd leave.
If I was in pitch black, I'd build a spaceship and I'd leave before the sun went down. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. No, I'd probably go with, dude, if I'm like really, really cold and in the woods and shit, I think I'm with Asherz here. I want this fucking biscuity breakfast,
I'm
man.
telling you.
Or a good stew, right?
You give me like some good stew would be great too, but you give me like some biscuits and gravy with like a chicken fried steak and some eggs. I'm good.
All you want when you're out in the woods is carbs.
Yep, carbs and calories, man.
Yeah.
So they bitch about their last meals, and then they run up on, I mean, they did the butchering for them. Just this dead ass elk hung up in this tree.
It's completely
Turn
split
around.
open.
Gutted.
Turn around. Dom, you're gonna have to fucking suck that shit up. We're gonna cut your leg off right now. We're not going any further, right?
Yeah, no
Just
shit.
Dom should be saying, you know what? No, fuck this shit. I was faking it. My leg is okay. Let's go back to the regular trail.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tim. No, instead, I like the dude that's like, so you think an animal did that?
No.
Yeah, I have written the next 3 jokes I have written down is, you think a bear did that? Hey, there's a cabin there. You think a bear did that?
Yeah.
Like this thing, like it's a very creepy image. It's very unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of how gory it is, but also there's something off about it. And I
It's
finally
how
figured
high
out
up
what it is. It's
Yeah.
how
That's
high
what
up
it
it is,
is.
and also the fact that it's completely slit down the middle, so its legs are completely spread eagled.
Yeah.
And if you've ever
Yeah.
seen an animal like that can like spread its legs like that, like, you know, that thing's just so fucked up.
I saw that zoo documentary. Yeah.
Tim,
Sorry. Too soon?
we're not talking about Mr. Hands here, Tim. The man in that was the animal that got split down the middle. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch the documentary Zoo. It's fantastic.
It's on the blood bank, or it will be, but
It
by
is.
the time this
I'm
comes
sure
out,
it
right?
is, actually. Hey, we should cover that with Asher.
Sure. Yeah.
Getting fucked to death by a horse. That's great. So
Classic. You know.
classic Mr. Hands. The sound. There was a comedian on a D&D podcast I used to listen to that could perfectly impersonate the sound that guy made when his colon got ruptured by the
What
horse
the
cock.
fuck are
What do you
you
mean
guys talking
impersonate?
about?
Oh, Candice, you don't know? Oh,
Okay,
go ahead,
Candice.
Eddie.
So there was a video on the internet that was very
I don't want to
famous.
know. I don't
Yes, you
want to
do.
know.
You just
No, you
just
do.
ask what the fuck
It's,
we're talking about.
Some of
and-
the listeners might not know.
Yeah,
You got to tell them.
Yeah, for the listener. Thank you, Asherz. What a professional co-host. Get rid of Candice here. So
Old sad sack Candice.
yeah. Old no fun Candice here. No, so there was a video on the internet called Mr. Hands, and I'm surprised this hasn't come up before on my podcast. It's a video of a guy getting anally penetrated and then perforated by a horse's cock, and
Oh my
the guy
God.
like dies on scene.
Mm-hmm.
What the
Right.
fuck?
You
What?
ever see that movie Scanners, but it happens to his ass?
And he makes this sound when the horse perforates his colon. The guy does. It's like a. I wish I could do it. This comedian can do
Hold
it.
on, Eddie. Hold on.
perfectly.
Let me just call your phone because I think you have it as a ringtone, don't you?
I have my phone on silent when I'm recording because I'm a professional, Tim. Thank you. So,
Oh, that reminded me to put my phone on silent. Okay.
so enough of the Mr. Hands talk through here. Oh, and also the compass wasn't working right. You can tell because the guy taps it. That's always what you do when a compass doesn't work. You tap it.
Yeah, that's how you get it started again. That's how you restart it.
Yeah. It's like a button, but there's no button on it. So, okay, it becomes nighttime and it starts kind of raining a little. They're like, and Dom's been bitching all day, of course. So they're like, fuck, we're getting rained on, man. If only we could just find like some crazy cabin here in the middle of these woods that we could stay in. And lo and behold, they find Well, first, they find a tree with a bunch of Blair Witch symbols carved in.
Yeah, a lot of runes.
Yeah, and then a cabin. What luck. Now, Tim, this scenario, you busting in?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Just to get out of the rain.
Yeah. No, because I'm lazy and I don't want to fucking set my tent up in the rain and my knee hurts.
It's a good point. Yeah. My only concern is like hill people, but I think I'm with you. You ever run into any crazy hill people when you're out there in the woods there, Asherz?
Oh yeah, actually. So the people are definitely like the biggest threat compared to like any fucking nature that you encounter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like we've never like been confronted. Actually, we've kind of had confrontations in the small towns that we stay at more than anything else. One town we went into, somebody had a noose in their front yard.
Okay.
And, they weren't very happy with the drunk alt girls hanging out outside, and so they would like try to like harass us by like driving by us and like honking and yelling things at us. I mean, yeah, we come across some very interesting folks, but I have yet to come across the Satanists that I hear so much about. Every time I go to any of these places, they're like, "Oh, watch out for the Satanists out there! They're sacrificing animals." I haven't.
Satanic Panic is still alive.
I haven't met any yet. I've heard though some people say that they have run into some people, and I'm like, we'll see.
Well, Asherz, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Eddie, and I'm a Satanist.
Finally.
But you're not in the middle of the woods, Eddie.
No. The Satanists I know all live in the cities, but
no, these are hillbilly Satanists. They're different. They're different.
Okay. So they're not like
Satanists. Yeah. Are like the most elusive cryptid that I've ever heard of. So,
yeah. See, I only know like the bougie Eyes Wide Shut party, infinity pool movie Satanists. I don't know I know the rich ones that secretly control everything.
Yeah, that's.
Look me up.
Not the same people. You guys wouldn't get along, I don't think. So.
No. We run in different crew. That's all that is. Yeah. Tim, I'll send you an invite on that one, buddy.
Thank you.
What about me?
You might have to look for one of the hills.
I'll find them.
Infiltrator.
I know how to track.
No, you're not moving out here, so I'm safe. So, they bust into this fucking cabin, and you know what's great about this cabin is the interior matches the exterior. It fucking is raining inside the cabin. And immediately they find like a mobile for a baby that has the symbols that are on the tree outside too.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy.
An old-timey rifle.
Old-timey rifle up there. Yep. And
it's funny because they make such a big deal of the fact there's a gun. Because they're British. They're like, oh shit, there's a gun right here.
It's going to jump off the wall and shoot us. Yeah.
Isn't it mandatory that everybody owns a gun in Sweden or something like that?
I don't no idea what you're talking about.
Probably they have fucking Nordic gods running around, killing people and hanging them up in trees.
Goddamn Jotun.
Get off of my porch, Jotun. No, it doesn't have the same ring, So
Jotun, what are you doing over there?
Jotun.
Yeah.
Get on over here, Jotun.
Sounds good on you though, Candice. You got a little
she pulled
bit
it off. Yeah.
I might have heard stuff similar to this growing up.
It's those hillbilly Satanists, I'm telling you.
What's your middle name, Candice?
They find this stove, this old wood burning stove in the middle of it. And the guy's like, hey, let's fire this bad boy up, dry off, warm up a little bit. Hopefully it won't rain too much on the stove, through all the holes in the ceiling. So, Phil, you're the bravest of all of us. Why don't you head upstairs and try to find us some wood?
Yeah, well he's like, someone go with me. And they're like, no, I'm fucking busy. Go, you're a grown-ass man. Go do it yourself.
Yeah.
No, Dom has a great line because he's like, what are we going to do? Because one of the other guys says, like, what are we going to do? Break all their furniture up and use it for firewood? And he's like, well, I think if you live here, you got bigger problems than somebody breaking your table. And I'm like, yeah, but you just added to my problems. I live here and now I don't have a fucking table. At least before I had a table to piss on.
Why are you pissing on the table?
Well, it goes that thing with not having a pot to piss in, so.
Oh, they've got a pot to piss in because when Phil goes upstairs, he sees the bathroom first, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell with this house. And then he just opens up another room and he finds that they've done some arts and crafts. They've
They built an altar.
Built an altar with like a little wicker man.
That's what I thought when I saw this.
Yeah, with no
hanging
head.
upside down with no head.
Yeah,
and its legs turned into antlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That'd be hard to walk on if you had antlers for legs.
that'd be tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got all of eternity to practice, right?
That's true.
So,
That's true.
After a while.
That's fair. Yeah.
You
Get
just-
good at it eventually.
You're some ancient god, I suppose. Yeah, you could. If you. By the way, this god runs around in this. How much does that suck if you're an ancient god and you can't even hover?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. I agree. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's a bum. No wonder he's so pissed. By the way, this ancient god monster in this thing, bad temper.
Oh, you think?
Real bad temper,
Yeah.
man. I don't know what its problem
Not like
is.
that forgiving guy that we all know about.
Yeah, Satan. So
Hail Satan.
he comes downstairs and he's like, guys, you got to see this. Check it out. They run up and look at it. They're like, what the fuck is this shit? And the guy's like, yeah, that's witchcraft, so we should go.
Yeah, right away, bang, it's witchcraft.
Or they say
Look.
pain.
Yeah. Look, Tim, I mean, I'm not going to say witchcraft immediately, but like, let's
No.
say the wife and I are moving down here and we're like, yeah, we'll find another, like a 4-bed, 2-bath, maybe like 1,700 square foot, not too big, but big enough for us, hoping for like a single floor. 2 floors are kind of a pain in the ass. And if I go back and look in the pantry and this guy's in there hanging upside down with no head and antler feet, I might be inclined to think some witchcraft is going on.
Okay, well.
I don't know. Like I said, I had to bond with the characters through trauma, so it's totally within my character arc to just kind of ignore it and act like it's not there.
That's fair. You know what? That is very fair. I grew up with enough fucking chaos in my house too. Like,
yeah,
I might have given this like I said, our the neighbor that my dad let live in the other fucking building on our property thought he was Jesus.
That said he was Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
He wrote his Bible, yeah.
And he rewrote
With
the
you
Bible.
in it.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking. There's a cabin in the woods with runes all over. It's this weird wicker man. It's another Tuesday. Whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. When you deal in strange, it kind of becomes commonplace, I suppose. So yeah, they're hanging out in the cabin, lighting up the place, having a good time, and this is when the Phil is all like, "Hey guys, first of all, they joke about fucking each other a little bit."
Yeah, they
Yeah.
bring it up immediately.
Yeah,
Like Dom's like, well, that's not. Someone says something, and he goes, "There's gonna be no fucking here. There
Yeah.
will not be." Like he's like real defensive. Everybody's like,
I'm not gonna fuck.
and then so everybody starts teasing him more, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're all gonna do it."
Yeah, so what if next year one of their friends' idea is to have a gay vacation?
A gaycation,
I
yeah.
had to go to Fire Island or something.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it. I went camping with you in the fucking woods with witches around. Come on.
Yeah. Now we have to have a gaycation. That's a good point, Tim.
I mean, they could have all blown each other, and as long as they didn't make eye contact, it's not gay.
Yeah, no, that's true.
What
that
happens
is
in the
rule.
woods stays in the woods.
No, but instead, Phil offers somebody $1,000 to go fuck. By the way, there's a dead body in the Wicker Man upstairs. I forgot to point that out because
Oh yeah.
they zoomed down on it and you
To
see
the
like,
feet, yeah.
the human feet sticking out of it. So yeah, then Phil's like, "Hey, I'll give somebody $1,000 to go fuck the dead body in the cabin that we discovered upstairs."
And we learned that Phil is a serial killer. That day, so.
Phil's last name is Dahmer, and no, it's an interesting his necrophilia turn. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Middle of the night though, our hero Luke wakes up because he's having a close encounters of the third kind moment with the window beaming this brilliant white light. And he looks around. He's like, what the fuck's going on here? Opens up the door. And this is the first instance he's back in that shop. And he grabs the vodka bottle. And this time inside of the vodka bottle, you see like a little drop of blood kind of swirling around in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a beat. Then the walls fall down around him. And he's just back in the woods. I would have looked back down to see if I still had the vodka.
Look, hopefully you pulled it out of your dream like Freddy's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because hey, free vodka, right? I mean, it's just a little bloody, but it's either your blood or your friend's blood, so you should be okay. Because Robert was an angel afterwards, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Man, I really miss Robert. He was a good guy. So yeah, then he's in the woods. He then all of a sudden just you notice like blood oozing through his shirt. He looks down. He's got all these little punctures in his chest.
Yeah, it looks like someone like poked him.
Yeah, like somebody gave him the claw. Like Aziz
claw,
Ansari gave him the
Got
claw.
the 5 fingers of death.
Yeah. So yeah, he got a demon shocker in his chest. So he darts back to the cabin. He's like, guys, what the fuck's going on here? But it is some shit going on in the cabin.
There was a fucking party last night.
Yeah, shit went down while they were sleeping.
Yeah. So let's all figure out who we are. So we have one person, Hutch, who pissed himself. I'm going to say that's probably Tim.
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. That's probably the best thing that could happen to you in that part. Yeah.
We've got Dom, who's crying for his wife, Gail, having some weird fugue state going on. Candice, I think either you or I could take that one. And Asherz is upstairs naked worshiping the Wicker Man.
Yep. Trying to fuck it. Yep.
Yeah. It's like, listen, if I blow this fucking Wicker Man, am I going to get out of this scot-free? Because I know I said no gay stuff was going to happen here, but I mean, come on.
It doesn't count if it's a god.
When push comes to shove.
Yeah. It ain't gay if it's to save your life.
That's right.
So he gets everybody up. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? They all compose themselves, clothe themselves, and they're like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, they do not talk about what happened.
Well, I mean,
and going back again to the call out. Now this part gives me some Blair Witch Book of Shadows vibes.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. We got to cover that one of these
No,
days.
we don't.
It's a bad movie, but we should cover it.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm going to argue with you on no. So they're all like, hey, do you guys notice how all of the trees have the runes on them now? Because yeah, we should go.
I didn't mention it before they were falling asleep. Like Luke, our hero, was flashing the flashlight outside because he keeps thinking that he's seeing stuff.
Yeah.
And like just the lighting there and how it's like so flat and white and then everything around it is complete black.
Yeah.
Like, just flat black.
I guess, yeah, we should make a little, like a point of that, like the isolation that you feel in these woods, because just in every direction you look, it's nothing but just these trees surrounding
you. And also it causes the pareidolia effect because of all these interlocking branches and the smaller twigs and stuff. And like you think you see a figure, but it's not really. Like it really messes with the eyes. Oh
yeah, any wind, any sort of leaves moving, branches moving, it absolutely. Your eyes are just drawn in a million directions at once because something's moving, right? Plus, you could get turned around immediately and not even know it.
Yep, because everything looks exactly the same.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the fucking woods. So they're leaving. And the guy's like, okay, what the fuck happened, first of all? So they're like, I guess we'll land on that being
bear did it.
A bear, yeah. A bear got into your dreams. Bear Freddy Krueger.
Can you imagine how violated they must feel? Because they're, they woke up and they were doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing. And it's like, well, did something take control of me? Was it inside of me?
Yeah, that's not good. It's rough. Especially and then the excuse of it was probably nightmares and sleepwalking. They kind of decided on.
Everybody did it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like so badly that one dude was probably had his arms up in the air for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to say it again, guys. It's because of their trauma.
Their trauma.
They just ignore it.
Yeah. Listen, we're just going to push this one down, go find ourselves a nice Big Mac and move on to the next thing.
No, she's not wrong because I have written down at one point, if this was a chick movie, it would have been done 20 minutes into it because they've all been talking about what they were feeling.
That's
Yeah.
actually true, Tim.
That's
But
true.
no, what's the best thing to do with the guys? Nah, just fuck it. Just go in the middle of the woods and prove we're men.
Listen, I know we caught Phil filleting the Wicker Man naked upstairs. We're not going to talk about that, though. Let's talk about football. Okay. So, no, Luke decides, look, there's a little hill over here. I'm going to scout it out, go up there, see where we're at, get our bearings, you know? So he's like, all right, fine. But meanwhile, Dom's like, no, motherfucker, here's a trail. Trails lead to civilization. Fuck Southwest. Let's follow the trail. So Luke sneaks off, takes a look, and all he can see is just more woods.
Yep.
It's like, fuck. Then he decides, hey, wait a minute. Remember how I got stabbed in the stomach or something? Takes another little peek, sees at his nipples just to make sure that everything's, okay down there. I get it.
To be honest, if that was me and I woke up after that party, my nipples wouldn't be the first thing I was checking.
Yeah. Check your asshole, Tim. Well, they're with you, buddy. I got one of those, like ADT, the alarm companies. I have the little motion sensor.
Ass?
Yeah, I've got a little motion sensor on my asshole. So, hey, you know what? You're an idiot every day that you have an asshole motion sensor, Tim, until the day you're not.
That's right.
That's right. So, then he's looking around, sees the punctures, is like, fuck, them shits were real. And this is when we get our first,
again, not something I should tell my friends. Here's tangible proof that something fucked up happened, right?
No. We're gonna keep that a secret, Tim. Again, I'm, Asherz, I'm in your camp here. This guy's got some trauma.
It's trauma.
Yes, because when he finally does show it, the other guy's, oh, you probably just ran into a tree. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Right? You just ran into a tree 5 times.
But this is when before that happens, we first get a glimpse at the monster because we see its hand wrapped around a tree.
And you can tell it's real high up on that tree.
Yeah. This sucker is a good 15 feet tall easily.
And the art direction's so good here because it just really blends in with the tree, but it focuses in on it just enough to bring your eye to it, and then it moves the hand away.
And
well, it kind of looks like a tree.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it blends in with its environment. Absolutely. So he gets back, shows him the punctures, and Dom's like, no, you're stupid and you ran into a tree. So then
let's talk about football.
Yeah. No, instead, Tim, like men would do, they get into an argument over whose fault it is that they're there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
well, I have written down, Dom says what everybody else is thinking, right? Because that's what Dom says. We're here. When you backtrack it, man, why are we here?
Now you're just making me think of The Descent and how they would have handled this differently. Right.
This movie would have been done if this was The Descent.
Yeah, they were completely misled on purpose.
Yeah.
In The Descent.
Yeah.
It wasn't just people bumbling around into the situation.
Right.
But she's hot, so it's okay with me, Candice. She's not the bad woman.
Damn.
Come on.
Oh man. See, that's men's shared trauma right there. Look, she might be evil and trying to kill me, but she's attractive, so I'll overlook it. Yeah. So he's like, no, you ran into the tree. Then Dom blames Luke straight up. He's like, look, if you had not been a pussy during that robbery, Rob would be alive right now. And I guess we would have just done this hike 6 months earlier and been fucked 6 months earlier, maybe. I don't know.
Which is pretty unfair because they weren't in that situation. Right. All of them could have froze.
No, 100%. You don't know.
There's a million different things that could happen. He could have stood up and the other guy saw, oh shit, there's 2 people here and they ran out. Or both of them would have been fucking killed. Yeah.
Or he could have stood up, got killed, and then he would have been like, maybe the robbers would have been like, I bet they have 2 friends that are somewhere else, and then tracked them down and killed them.
Get rid of all the witnesses.
Yeah. Just saying, you can't predict things like that. So they get into an argument and break up when Dom points out that there wasn't any blood on Luke. He's like, oh, you coward. There wasn't even any blood on you. Came out of it scot-free. And that's when Luke punches him and he's like, oh, my nose, you broke my nose.
He's like, now you're fighting? It's like, damn.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I do like that the dude is all like, no, you didn't break your fucking nose, man. Get out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about football.
Yeah, we're gonna
Didn't break your fucking nose.
49ers. How the 49ers doing this year? Well.
No, they're talking about Manchester United.
Oh yeah, the footy, right?
The footy.
The other football, the one that's
football,
actually, the one that's actually played with feet.
The footy on the telly.
Mm. Then with the adding the Y's to shit, telly, footy, called the Genesis, the Jenny, fucking weird. Whatever. So yeah, then Luke gets pissed off and he marches away. He's like, "Fine, I'm out of here." And Hutch goes over. Now Hutch is trying to Robert. He's trying to be the glue. He's like, "Look, man, I'm trying to mend things together here. We gotta make this shit work." But then he also kind of lets it slip. Like, he's like, "What do you think? Do you think I should have done something?" And he's like, "Look, man, I'm not gonna say no.
Yep.
Maybe you should have, maybe you shouldn't have, but right now we can't do anything about it. So let's just keep moving." So they regroup, keep moving. And they find like a clearing of a bunch of knocked down trees and some fabric in the ground. They dig it up, and it's a shitty old tent and a shoe and a pack.
And a wallet.
They open the wallet up, and it's Chester Copperpot. He was a pro. He never made it this far. No, it's this lady's credit card in there that expired in 1984.
Yep. Damn.
So
not
Now,
ominous
here's
at all.
my question is, I didn't know women could get credit cards in 1984. Wasn't it just until recently a woman could get a credit card without having to have a husband or somebody co-sign for it?
Well, she clearly had a husband because the picture had her, a husband, and 2
okay,
kids.
there we go. All right, there you go. Yeah,
fair,
all right.
fair. Plus, was she from America?
You think I'm
don't
joking
know.
too, but I'm not that far off on the years.
No, you're not.
Was she from America though?
True. Oh,
Damn.
that's right. It's from one of those fucking commie countries.
Yeah,
Sweden?
She
Yeah.
got a credit card in a communist country, Tim. How does that work?
Socialist, same thing, right? Come on.
Apologies to all of our Swedish listeners.
Too much free shit.
Damn.
They're spoiled.
Oh man. So I like Dom's immediately like, "Oh, that's not going to happen to us." Like,
Yeah.
we're fine, man. I mean,
He's
we registered.
really trying to hold everybody together.
Yep. Yeah. He's like, "Look, man, we registered with the lodge, right? We're going to be reported missing here in 5 hours, and we're right by the hiking trail. So this is where people get found, is right here."
Well, is that exactly true? Because they're supposed to get there in 5 hours. How many hours late do they have to be before the lodges are going to say that they're missing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, who knows what could happen? Maybe something could have slowed them down by a few hours.
You got to figure they got at least another 3 hours minimum before the hotel's like, "Oh, let's call in the fucking helicopters."
Well, he's not going to tell them that when they're on the edge of panic right now.
Yeah. No, he's just trying
I
to
mean,
like.
any hotel here in America, if you don't show up, they're just like, fuck it. They still charge you.
They're going to rent your room out. Yeah. Fucking double bill it.
They'll
Yeah.
call the police and they're like, oh, this person never showed up. They don't care.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Asherz. My parents managed a motel for years, and I worked
And they
there
didn't give a
with them.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody just didn't show up, it's not like we'd be like, "I think we should call somebody."
Right.
They just
Yeah.
didn't fucking show up, you know?
Man, serial killers used to have it so easy.
Oh, God, didn't they? You could just disappear women in the woods all the time, man. Yeah, those were the days. So now we got cell phones and be triangulated and shit. That's just not, yeah. There's another one of those movies, too. A cell phone would have helped a lot. So
A satellite phone.
anything.
I was going to say that earlier. Listen, if you are a real life person and you're thinking about going to the woods, get yourself a satellite phone.
Mhm. Exactly right. Actually, yeah.
I mean, you're just dumb if you don't at this point. I mean,
Yeah, and you know what? And to add more fuel to that fire, is if you pack up from fucking England to go to Sweden to go fucking hiking, you got enough money to buy a fucking satellite phone.
Right.
True.
Good point.
Like, that's too expensive. I'm stopping it there. One of our best-selling T-shirts has a picture of a tree line, and it says "The Earth's alive," and it's a serial killer. Because I believe that. I think that especially Alaska. But yeah, these places, they literally they try to kill you. Like the world wants you dead. So don't go anywhere without your satellite phone.
Yeah, it's like nature going, look, you got out of me a long time ago for a fucking reason, assholes. Don't come back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, the answer is don't do it. Just don't go out here. But yeah,
just don't go anywhere. Just stay home.
Yeah, just stay home, shelter in place.
Play your Steam Deck.
Yeah, play your Steam Deck. Exactly.
Mhm.
It's practicing self-care. So no, you don't find a place where people died and be like, oh, this is a good sign. So nighttime falls and Hutch goes over to Luke and he's like, look, man, Dom's knee's fucked, right? Phil's a pussy.
Well, see, it turns out that Dom's knee is fucked up, right?
Oh, it's fucked up because it's getting
you
worse.
motherfuckers, you don't believe me? Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Tim identified a little too hard.
Yeah.
He got domed by Dom.
I have written down like so many times, this is me. And I have every time I have it scratched on and say, don't say that on the air. But
this is me. Hey, guys, this is me. Yeah. But Hutch's excuse for like why Phil's fucked up is just that he's fucked. Like there's no.
Well, no, because because he's mentally fucked up because he's the one who woke up naked praying to the fucking god, right?
Yeah, and he's been really out of it since then.
And at one point, he says, I brought the wrong pair of shoes for this.
Yeah,
so I think his feet are
shoes.
supposed to be fucked up also.
Yeah. No, that's true. They should have had better shoes. He said
Again,
he brought
you're going
the wrong
hiking.
shoes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, what an idiot.
Well, none of them seem like they knew what they were doing except for Hutch. He's the only one who seems to have any idea how to actually do hiking.
Again, here's another reason why you don't let one of your fucking idiot friends pick a vacation randomly every single year.
Yeah.
Didn't work out in Deliverance, and it's still not working out when this fucking movie was made.
Oh, that reminds me. I was going to call this Deliverance of Deermen.
You got a pretty tree knot.
Oh, God. So, yeah, he's like, look, man, so here's the deal. You're the most able-bodied of all of us. I swear to you, it is Southwest. It's not the weird trail we've been following. So just go Southwest and then lead some people back here to us. We'll chill here. And Hutch is even like, here, here's a piece of my candy bar you can have. And he's like, and lead everybody back just so everybody knows how good of a person I am. I'm going to stay here, babysit them, share my candy bar with you, and everything will be great, especially for me. For me, things will be perfect.
You know, I've written down, you're going to send Luke?
Yeah. Luke's not a very reliable
the
person.
heavy smoker.
Yeah.
Oh, Candice, thank you. Yes, because I remember being the asshole when I smoked cigarettes or being in situations like this, camping and going out in the woods and being the one who was smoking a fucking cigarette.
Yep. You just don't do it.
I cannot imagine you camping.
It only happened for one night.
I was going to say, I just cannot imagine it. You'd get pissed off. You'd be like, where the fuck is the shower or something?
Wait, was it in like New Jersey or something?
No, it was at the Delaware Water Gap. Because we went, well, I don't know if you really call it whitewater rafting, because it was like level 1 rafting. That was it.
Okay, so it was just blue water rafting.
Yeah.
It was just rafting.
Yeah, it was like it was like going like 8 miles an hour down the fucking water.
Okay. Sounds pleasant.
Sounds fun. Yeah, it sounds like you should have been on an inner tube with a 6-pack of beer floating next to you, but you know.
Well, no, I had that and we were getting fucking plenty high, but then my idiot friend Buzzy decides to jump off the fucking raft into the water.
Buzzy?
Buzzy.
Oh my God.
And couldn't get it back into the raft too easily, and we practically had to fucking drag him down to the river holding onto the side of the raft.
Buzzy.
Nice. Perfect. What's his real first name?
Good question. I know him from
Peter
my friend
Westy.
You don't even know the guy's fucking name. You know he's
Westy
Buzzy.
and my other friend Stryker, who was also on the
Oh my God.
ship. Yeah. These are all my
gave me
Xbox
shit.
people
You
that I
gave
know.
me shit last episode over Jeremy Little Arms, and you've got Buzzy and
Jeremy.
Stinker.
Good
I'll
God.
take Buzzy over that nickname any day, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, Buzzy's worst case scenario, he has like a speech impediment, sounds like a bee.
Oh no, Buzzy, he was the life of the party wherever he was. He used to be like a DJ. He was rap and did all that fucking. He was just like one of those guys who was never off. He was just
Okay.
constantly off.
What's his name? DJ Buzzy?
Could be, yeah.
Did he wear like a bee helmet?
I picture all of Tim's friends as wearing a shirt with their name on it. Like there's Buzzy, there's Striker.
And they all still have like 70s hairstyles.
Yeah, exactly. They look like in The Sopranos when somebody would get out of jail that's been in there for too long, and they're like still
They're still wearing
dressing.
their clothes.
Yeah, like,
It's one of those group of friends that I had where it's like nobody would ever figure out that we all hang out together. Because we got me, the New York bleeding heart liberal. We got Buzzy, the guy who came from Iran, who became a rapper. Striker is a guy who lives down in Florida in a high-rise, high-security building, but still has 25 guns with silencers and flash suppressors on them, just in case somebody breaks into his apartment.
What did he do?
Jesus.
I'm like, dude, if they make it past your security and they get up past 25 floors in Florida without getting shot,
Yeah,
there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do to the fucking Terminator.
Well, that's true. He'd be better off investing in a jetpack. So he can just make egress from there. So
we had to convince him not to shoot at a hurricane.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
One of those.
One of those, yep. Yep. Tim, it's funny, as often as we're critical of like, this is a group that would never hang out together, that's just in your life.
Real life, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to figure out which one of us is the glue in this friendship.
I guess it's you, Tim. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I have the normalest name, Tim.
Yeah, they don't have a weird name for you?
Well, yeah, they call me Flag from Xbox, but...
Oh, God. Of course it would be some fucking Stephen King shit.
Yeah, of course it was, yes.
So, Luke gets up in his tent, right? He's going to have a little midnight snack. And another one of your great lighting scenes here, Candice, because you see all of these tents just in the dark, and then his flashlight pops on. So just his tent lights up, and we cut into him in there, and he's looking over his collection of Cliff Bars. And all of a sudden he hears something around their little camp. So he opens up his tent into the robbery scene, and every time you see this, it's always like a little bit of the store has been dropped off into the woods.
It's literally just like the shelves are right there in the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah.
Oh, the art direction in this is beautiful.
Yeah. Or just the shitty halogen lights that are just hanging.
Oh, now that you said that he's the director of the Night House, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because like the way he plays with lines and architecture to draw your eyes to certain things, like it's very solid in both these movies.
Is this the part where he looks like they make it look like the two robbers are monsters until like focuses in a little bit more and then you can see that they're the robbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, because you see the robbers in the background, kind of like that, but their eyes are fucked up, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the whole kind of telltale hallmark of the monster is the weird glowing eyes shimmering kind of eyes, not so much glowing.
The Jotun have eyes.
So he looks out there, and then one of the robbers, like you said to him, he notices that the monster. It turns out it's one of the robbers, and it just calls him a coward. And then you just see Hutch's tent fly away, and he wakes up fucking because he hears Phil outside screaming. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh shit. So he opens up, Hutch's tent is wrecked, right? There's the map laying there and just blood on shit, and Hutch is fucking gone. So he goes over to Phil, like, Phil, what the fuck happened? And Phil's like, look, dude, I saw like shadows, and then they fucking took him. He's like, what took him? What the fuck did you see, dude? He's like, I don't fucking know. Do you expect me? And he's like, oh, and that's not so easy.
Then he wasn't, yeah.
It's not so easy to just stand up and fucking save your friend's life then, I guess, is it, you dumb bitch? Yeah, no, never.
I just thought Hutch got his period, and so he went to go take care of himself. And
yeah, that's true.
Then he got attacked by the monster while he was out there taking care of himself.
I like how
Well,
many.
you don't want to get attacked by bears or lions.
True. I like how many cultures too all decide. Well, we went over this before.
Yep. I think it was in the last episode.
He just can't say it enough.
It's so true, though.
People don't appreciate the period.
And the thought process in my head was, well, didn't they send women to the woods when they were on their period? And then, yeah, it just went to how every culture used to do that. Well, whatever. Anyhow, not every, a lot of, not every. So
look, if you want to scare away all the monsters, send a bunch of menstruating women out into the woods.
Look, if everybody you encounter is an asshole, then maybe you're the asshole.
Oh man, in Alan Moore's run of Swamp Thing, there's a monster that's created from one of those huts where they would send the bleeding women.
Oh.
And it was all the anger and resentment and hatred of all these like menstruating women concentrated to create this wolf spirit that was like fucking tearing everybody apart.
I got a shiver down my spine too.
I felt like a jolt of electricity through me. See, I think that's a kind of fear only men could understand.
Only men could have invented that.
Yeah. It's just incredibly misogynistic monster. Wow. Although somehow kind of vengeful, though. I appreciate that. So he goes looking for Hutch. He's like, what the? And they're all looking in the dark in the woods for Hutch.
And let's emphasize how dark these woods are.
Pitch black. They could see maybe fucking 2 feet in front of them. And they just hear him being ripped apart and screaming from seemingly every direction at once. So they decide, yeah, well, I guess that's enough looking for our friend tonight. Let's go ahead and head back to the...
They don't bother grabbing their packs.
No.
Like, you see them the next day and they don't have any food, water, anything.
Nope. They just headed the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah, because I guess that guy was like the only one who kind of was keeping them on their professional game with like, hey, you know what? It's a good thing to carry is food and shelter.
Yeah. Yeah, now they're
well,
lost.
I think they lost their sight trying to look for Hutch.
Yeah, no, that's true. They made a point of like, how do we get back to the camp? And it's
that
like,
makes
fuck
sense,
it, we'll go. Yeah, no, true.
That's right. Don't go running into the woods at night. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Hutch is done, right?
He has period. He had to do something about it.
Fair.
Well, then leave him alone. That's it.
And we find out that he picked the wrong size tampon.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what the screaming was, yeah.
Well, he had to roll his own.
Best time to do that is just leave them alone.
Try to use
Don't
a log.
bother them.
Yeah. Oh, man. So next morning, they're like, all right, here's the deal. Why don't we, now that it's daylight, right, we'll look around while we're kind of making our way southwest and see if we see Hutch anywhere. So they kind of look around a little bit, and they do find Hutch, thankfully. Problem is he's hung up in a tree like the fucking elk from earlier.
Yep, it's like this creature like hangs them up like shrikes do, their prey, when they like put like baby mice and lizards up on thorns, and then they just snack on them later.
Yeah.
That's like what this creature does.
Good point. But so, okay. Monster from Ritual versus Predator. What do you think? I think it's taken out Predator.
Well, Predator has like weaponry, so
but nothing seems to.
This is a god,
and nothing seems to hurt it. I mean, it got wounded temporarily, but
the only downside is
it can't leave it. Have like go back to a bad memory and fuck the Predator up, right?
I think as long as it's on its own territory, it's impenetrable.
Oh, but the problem with that, Candice, is Predator is not leaving. He's going to stay there and fight.
Plus, you can nuke that whole fucking forest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you could just nuke it. Good point. And in the end, clear cutting was the hero. So.
See, that's right. See, this all happened because the fucking Swedes stopped fucking foresting in the 50s.
Yeah, Tim, that's really the message behind this movie. If only the Swedes.
We need more logging.
If only the Swedes had continued deforesting their country in the 50s, this never would have happened.
Like they said at one point, this couldn't happen in England, right? It's just a bunch of parking lots.
Yeah, fair. So they're like, look, man, we got to get him down and bury him, but they don't have any shovels, so they just kind of pile a bunch of sticks on him.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm not leaving him like this. Dom does. He just grabs an armful of sticks and like piles it on top of him. I'm like, yes, very dignified. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, look, he did what he could. Okay, Candice, something. So they try to talk it out for a minute, but then like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? And Dom's like, I'll tell you, it's these fucking hillbillies or pagans or some shit. They're gonna come kill
pagan
us all.
hillbillies, yeah.
Yeah, not the Satanist hillbillies. Here it's pagan hillbillies.
Yeah, totally different group.
Yeah, totally different group. So yeah, they go to Barnes and Noble and shoplift books on spells and try to get the hot boy at school to fall in love with them by like making potions or talismans and
Listen
sneaking
to
it into his locker.
Candice giggle. Yeah.
Candice, you've made a potion.
I've never done anything like that, but I know people who have.
Yeah, that's why it's funny, is because it's true to some people. Oh man. So then Luke's like, dude, it's a fucking thing. It's not people, it's a thing. There's one of them, there's three of us, right?
And I got a knife.
And I've got a knife.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, so proud of that knife.
Yeah. He's like, we can take it. I'm like, no, you can't. I'm like, dude, I've seen this movie before. You can't take this thing out. So they go walking around a little bit longer, and then they find themselves some water.
Oh, yeah. Just that pulled up water right there. Oh, man, the bacteria.
Okay, is this thing's making them make bad decisions? Because number one, like you said, they drink that water. And as far as I know, if you ever get lost in the mountains or the woods, following a stream or where water is going down is usually the best way of finding fucking people, right?
They see the evidence of people.
Yeah, they see footprints. That's it. Oh, fuck, there's footprints. We don't want to find fucking people.
Well, I think they said they're scared of the people.
Yeah, the point that he makes is like any of the people that are here are probably in league with the monster that you found. I don't know. Because at this point they're not convinced that it is a monster. It could be anything. It could be these hillbilly people. So they're like, we're going to avoid them. But no, and to your point, Tim, yeah, if you find running water like that and you're so lost in the woods, you don't even know what direction you should be going, following it either up or downstream yeah, is a good idea, because then you can't get turned around. You can't go in circles. You're going a direction,
and sooner or later it's going somewhere, right?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. You'll either end up at civilization or in Texas
or in a cult.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, though. If this was real life, they would have all died from, diarrhea from drinking that water before the monster.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where like fucking COVID actually came from.
Yeah,
this fucking water,
damn puddle water.
And it's funny because Luke takes a drink of it and he's like, ugh. But the other guys are like, look, man, we're thirsty. So. They have a little sip of the water. They see the little trail, and he's like, "No, we're not going to go down that fucking trail. Instead, we're going to keep going southwest." So you see that the biggest hill ever? That's what we need to go up.
Yep. Don't follow the water. Let's go uphill.
And Dom Yobo was like, "I can't make it up that hill. I got a fucked up knee." No. So they kind of lurch their way up there, and he goes up ahead of everybody, Luke, because he's, as you said, the most able-bodied, even though Phil should be okay. I guess it's his feet are bugging him. I don't know. He heads up to the top of the hill anyway, looks around, and he can see the end of the trail. He can see where they were headed, the lodge.
Yeah, but it's still like 2 ridges away. And he's like, oh, we're so close. And I'm like, no, you're fucking not.
Yeah, nope.
Well, yeah, in his head, they're right. I mean, it couldn't be that far. I can see it. It's like Skyrim rules, right? If you can see it.
You see that mountain? You can go there.
You can go there.
You see that planet?
I've been following this triangle for 3 minutes. I finally see something all the way in the distance. Yeah.
Well, Tim, if you get that new Apple Vision thing, you could have a mini map everywhere you're going.
That's true. I can't wait to get on the subways with it, for real.
And record everyone.
Yep. Just record everybody in the subway, Tim. That'll be fun.
Oh, God. No problems there, right?
No. That's not going to get ripped off of your head by somebody who thinks he's Napoleon. That's not going to happen.
No, somebody who thinks they're fucking Ready Player One.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, that's true. So he comes back down. He's like, all right, guys, all we have to do is climb over this hill and then down it, and then up another big ass hill and then down that, and then up an even bigger hill and then down that, and then across some flat kind of scraggly area for another day and a half, and we're right there.
It looks like Rohan.
Yeah. So I mean, they're fucked, but he's like, guys, I got it. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And as they're climbing up the hill, we see the monster in the background, just real quick, just kind of move over to the side.
Yep, just enough.
Just to get out of camera. And then Phil slides down the hill a little bit, right? Oh, shit. So Luke runs down there to help him, and Phil just starts fucking tweaking out. He's talking about, no, man, that thing in the house is inside my fucking head, man. You don't understand. It followed us, and he's like,
yeah, because you imagine he probably got like super traumatized because he was like worshiping it, naked in the cold. He's like practically freezing to death, holding that position for hours, and the shit that must have been going on in his mind the entire time, because he was just being toyed with.
yeah.
He's probably just being tortured, manipulated over and over again.
Yeah, plus imagine if like you're super religious, whatever religion you believe in, and you wake up and you've been praying to the exact opposite thing you should be fucking praying to.
Yeah.
I'm just chalking it up too. This is what happens when you drink the demon semen. So
you get flashbacks.
Spit it out.
Yeah.
That's right.
He says it's inside of him, so
that's fair. We don't know. Well, we don't know about drinking it. We just know what's inside of him. Maybe that's why he's not walking too great here. You want to sit down, take a little break from old
sit on a
Wicker
donut.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not your feet.
No, no. So yeah, that's when he's all like, "Look, man, we're almost there. Okay, we'll make it." And he kind of helps him up, to drag him up the side of the fucking hill to get up to the top. And it's all good. They get to the top of the hill. Luke, scouts out, sees the end of the trail for him. He's like, all right, guys, we're going there. And just squints a little, and we can see these lights out in the woods. And I just have, that's from The Invitation, right?
That's right. Oh, I was just going to say, that's right. He's getting ready to go to a house party.
Yeah, going to go to the house party and get killed by a suicide cult. So.
What a great fucking movie. God damn it.
It is. It's a great classic.
He goes to tell Dom and Phil about, seeing the lights and that kind of shit. And he sees Phil like looking around all paranoid. He's like, that's fucking weird. What the hell's going on? And then this monster just fucking snatches Phil and runs the fuck off. It's like, oh shit.
Uses his like face hands.
Yeah. And then Dom's like, fuck this noise, goes to run off, runs into a tree, wham. And falls, or not Dom, sorry, Luke, runs into a tree, falls down unconscious. Wakes up back in the store. I'm like, God damn. This fucking store.
This store is like more and more decrepit.
Yeah.
Like nature's overtaking it each time you see the store.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, this store, not very convenient.
No, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. Everything's falling apart. Piece of shit.
Well, the police tape outside.
Yeah, your friend gets killed. But then he leaves. He sees his friend there, all fucked up, and he's like, "I'm getting out of here." Goes to leave the store, opens the door, and he sees his other three friends all standing out there, like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" That's when he snaps out of it. It's nighttime. He's just been standing in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, with a flashlight pointed at his face, and then you see the flashlight just drop.
Yeah, just staring at this flashlight.
Nothing behind.
So he's trying to look spooky. Okay.
Yeah. He's doing the flashlight under the chin ghost story thing. No. And yeah, you're right, Candice. Flashlight just drops nothing behind it. Then he sees the fucking creature. And it could be in Elden Ring. It could be in fucking Shadow of the Colossus. This massive, like you said, like a satyr, Asherz. Like part humanoid, part very.
It looks like a giraffe with fucking elk antlers on it, and a human like 69ing its fucking face or something.
It reminds me of the chupacabra, actually.
Okay, I could see that.
Big spines on its back, and the chupacabra is kind of like a mix of different animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's small, isn't it?
It
Not
is.
This,
So
this thing's like a fucking. Yeah, it's like
this
a
is a
giraffe.
giant
almost. Yeah.
chupacabra.
Yeah. It's it's
It's
the
super cabra.
Chupacabra.
super chupacabra.
Oh fuck! I can't believe I actually spit
Yeah.
that out. Go ahead.
That was
Very
Sorry.
good, Tim.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and
I want some of the residuals from that T-shirt that's going to be made from that.
yeah, the super cabra T-shirt coming soon. Yeah. So then he sees Dom hiding, hypocrite, and Dom. Luke tells Dom, he's like, "Look, man, I've got a plan." He hides down there with him. He's like, "Look, man, I got a plan. Right here, I saw where we're going. All we have to do is we'll get up. It's just like in You're Next when the girl makes a sprint for it. We'll just run."
Yo, but this is so great. What happens?
Yeah. He's like, "We're gonna make a break for it. We're gonna fucking run." And Dom's like, "Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Can I have a piggyback ride?"
Just like Tim made me do in the D&D that we played.
Yeah.
When I had to carry him around everywhere.
This is Tim. Good point. So Luke's like, no, you can't have a fucking piggyback ride, you idiot. It's like, all right, on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. And then they pause and just
nobody goes.
kind of wait for the other one to run.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, he just kind of slumps his shoulder over Luke and drags him off. So they're moving at a brisk walk, I'm going to call it. It's not running, but they're hurrying a little bit.
Yeah.
So they find earlier they saw these stumps that had been kind of cut in quarters, and they were like, "Oh, there's civilization. That's good." I'm like, "No," but now those stumps clearly, like, some sort of a pitch has been rubbed over them, and they're all on fire, right? And they make like a pathway, and I love Dom's like, "Oh, this is a good sign."
Yeah, we
this
should
is
follow
the one
this
you
path.
follow. Yeah, you don't follow the fucking water. You follow the fucking fire walk in the middle of the fucking woods. Come on.
Well, Tim, if it was you and me, you would be fire walking with me.
Oh my god. I was waiting for someone to make a joke like
as
that.
I said fire walk, I was like, somebody's going to say it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they just follow the crazy path of burning stumps in the middle of nowhere, where they know there's probably a cult. There's definitely a monster eating shit. Bad idea. So they're following this path. They find dead Phil up in a tree. They're like, "Yeah, I don't have time to cover him in sticks." So they keep going and find another cabin. And this time they're like, "Okay, third time's a charm, right?
Yeah.
First one didn't work out. Second one,
Goldilocks, yeah.
Third time's a charm." Bust into it, and you just see this crazy fucking altar. And there's this record player playing like the beginning of Head Like a Hole from 9 Inch Nails.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to compare it to, but it's like weird chanting shit that sounds very like very folk horror-ish, right? Like,
yeah, it made me think of Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the castle and you hear all this chanting and firelight.
Yeah. Eddie's point of advice here, if you hear chanting and there's a bunch of like a fire path in the woods, go away from the path.
Just leave.
Yeah. So, but they're in a cabin, right? And then they see the record player playing some shit. Dude busted, falls down, right? And just looks over, sees a foot with like a little burlappy sack on it, just kicks him in the face. Dunk, out. And I'm like, dude, if these guys are making it in the woods with these kinds of shoes, whatever shoes you guys are wearing, stop bitching.
They're used to it by now.
They look like those shitty fucking Tom shoes they used to sell at Whole Foods and shit. They were
those like moccasins.
Yeah. That they're all like, for every pair of shoes you buy, we'll give one to some people in Africa or whatever. Which that always like, what about the poor guy trying to sell shoes in Africa?
Yeah, running a small business into the ground.
How's he going to compete with nothing, with no money? You put
It
them out
used
of
to be
business.
Africa's main export, shoes,
Yeah,
until these fucking charities came along.
Well, I mean, I have it on good authority. They have some good sandal factories down there. But so yeah, he gets knocked out, wakes up, and dude, if you're not fucked, if you don't feel like life has dealt you a bad hand, he wakes up in some crazy fucking basement prison, chained to
Chained
a
to the
wall
wall.
With a rope.
with
Chain and a rope.
with Dom.
Yeah.
My God
With Dom.
damn it.
If it couldn't get any worse.
Imagine you being held prisoner with this fucking complaining asshole. So
I don't like the food here.
yeah. Hey, do you think we could switch sides of the room we're chained up on? The sun's in my eyes, and I have very sensitive yeah, fuck this guy. But we hear all these weird, like, stomach gurgling, growling sounds from up above them. And Luke notices that there's a little bit of sunlight peeking through the wall, right? So he goes over there and he just starts poking a hole through this wall. And he peeks through.
I was hoping he was going to get a dick stuck in his eye.
Yeah, big dick comes in. No, there's no penis in this hole, Tim. It's no. Instead, he sees these crazy village peoples, not the band, and they're constructing something. He's run into an Amish community because they're having a little barn raising out there. So Dom's like, what do you see, man? What do you see? Hey, what's out there? He's like, I don't fucking know. There's like crazy people building shit. He's like, oh, okay. Can you reach the bottle on that table? He's like, what? Why? Why would I do that? Well, because you could break it and then take the glass and use that to cut yourself free and then
Sometimes
save
I
me.
have good ideas.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Fair, right? So Luke tries to stretch his little toes out so he can, like, if he had only taken like ballet or something, he could have gotten this.
Done some yoga, limbered up.
Something, yeah. But no, he can't make it because before then, Granny Clampett comes popping by.
Yeah, this is when my son goes, oh, look, it's Mama, because she's so old and ugly.
Fucking bastard.
I know. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
They didn't tell my husband Happy Father's Day for a reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
They told the milkman.
Like, it's
Happy
nice
Father's
because when
Day.
we give it to the mailman, we don't have to put a stamp on it.
We have just write mailman on the front of the card. No stamp, nothing, Dad. That was the joke was that I was the FedEx guy's kid because I'm taller than the rest of my family. I was at the time the only one with blonde hair, and my mom had recently discovered like QVC and shit back then.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, Eddie. I don't think that was a joke.
Yeah, it might not be.
Maybe it was a quiet confession.
There's a reason why she was saving on that shipping and handling charge.
Yeah.
She was handling something all right.
Listen, if you want to get this overnight for free, I'm going to need to get it overnight for free. No, so this old Candice busts in and offers Luke a drink. He's hospitable, right? That's that Southern hospitality.
Yep.
Right? Checks his chest and sees the crazy markings he's got.
Same scores.
Hey.
Yeah, and she
They
shows
match.
hers. Yeah, you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Right? And imagine you're Luke at this moment. What the fuck could be going through your head? First thing, I wouldn't be drinking the water. I mean, I don't know what the fuck.
I would take a sip of it before because he gulps it down.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
yeah,
this
he chugged.
motherfucker, Jesus
I'd
Christ, he'll
make
put
Dom
anything in
drink
his
it
mouth.
first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
My friend's
that's
real
true.
thirsty.
Your new name is Sub. Drink the water, Sub. I'm Dom now. No, so she goes over though. I like that she teases Dom with the water. She's all like, "Hey, you want to drink?" Nah, never mind.
Well, I think isn't she looking for the same markings on him? And when she
yeah.
sees that he doesn't, I mean, that's it. Why waste the water?
Yeah, because the idea is that the monster marks people that he wants to keep. Right.
Yeah.
And so no.
And I guess that wound never closes because that old lady's is also like still bleeding.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. They should get that looked at. So no, then they instead Dom, they just beat the shit out of him and they drag him off.
Yeah, I have written down, what the fuck are they doing to him upstairs? Because when he comes
Yes.
back, he doesn't have any blood on him. His teeth are all in his head. His ears are both on his fucking head. Everything.
Yeah,
It bothers me that we don't know.
It takes some time sitting down though, so I think they were doing that Casino Royale thing with the chair with the hole in the bottom. Oof, one of the speaking of, I mean that was the era of torture porn, and even the Bond movies were in on it.
I was just like, who the fuck thought of that?
It was me.
That's actually from the book.
Oof. Okay, so Ian
Wow.
Fleming.
Damn.
Asherz
Only
Asherz
it
came up
wasn't
with it in her personal
only
life, but
in the
I did,
book.
yeah.
In the book, it wasn't a rope. He actually had a paddle contraption, and he just like would hit the dude's balls with like a tennis racket. He would like hit
Okay.
something on the floor, and it would whack him in the balls.
I'm pretty
From
sure
Operation Mincemeat to Operation Mince Balls.
That's fucking hilarious. If I ever run a torture chamber, like that is just fucking the goofiest shit I've ever heard of, and I love it.
is it a ping pong paddle?
Just
or
imagine the mark it's going to leave on your balls. Those little fucking diamond prints like you're a fucking frying pan.
Oh, so you think it was a tennis racket, Tim? Not like
It could be squash, right?
Could have been a cricket paddle.
Could have been. I was gonna say it was a tennis racket. There's no love there. That's for sure.
Oh, God.
It's a tennis joke, folks.
Taint a joke, Eddie. Taint a joke.
Yeah. So yeah, they like you said, they drag him back down and he looks the same. Maybe they just brought him up there and ate good food in front of him. They ate a Big Mac. You're fat. Watch me eat. Oh man. So yeah, then he comes down and they're like, he's like, dude, what'd they do to you? And Dom's all like, yeah, dude, we're fucked. So you're gonna have to get out of here. He's like, and whatever they did to him, he's so fucking pissed off. He's like, you're gonna get out of here. I want you to kill them all. I want you to burn this fucking place down.
Well, this is the second time somebody says burn this place down, because when they go up into the act and the guy who ends up worshiping the god in the next day naked,
Phil,
as soon as he sees witchcraft, he's like, we should burn this to the ground.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so he's like, no, you need to burn this place down and go tell my wife I tried. He didn't try, but whatever.
I tried to get away, yeah.
Oh, man. So then...
make her feel guilty so she never marries again.
So then this other younger lady comes down there and talks to him and is like, listen, they're going to prepare your friend for a sacrifice. That's what's going to happen here, right? And you're going to be okay. But here's the deal. That monster thing that you saw is real. Okay, first of all, it's a god, right? It's the and leans in quiet and she's like, it's the bastard son of Loki. And he makes us all immortal in exchange for a sacrifice. We never feel any pain. We never grow old. We just live forever. In exchange,
but you gotta live there. Yeah. That's like, for like $1 million, I can buy the greatest house ever, but it's in Missouri.
Yeah, it's a good point. It'd be like, Tim, if I said, I'm going to give you all the Necco wafers you can eat.
I mean, you say that, but people will do anything for another 2 minutes of life. If you could actually offer immortality to someone, they'll do it.
That's true. If I just got to sacrifice somebody, yeah, I could do that.
Well, I think you have to like keep providing them too.
I'm going to try that tomorrow and see what happens.
To sacrifice somebody, give it a shot. Maybe. Go out to go get your buddy. What was his name? Speedy or whatever.
Buzzy.
Yeah, you can just take him out camping again. You could be a real buzzkill. So.
I'm sure that one of us made that joke while we were playing, because he sucks in all the games too. It's even worse.
That sucks, man. Poor guy. So you're gonna have to kneel. And the guy's like, yeah, fuck that, I'm not gonna kneel. And she's like, yeah, you're gonna do it. They all say they're not gonna do it. You're gonna do it though when you get there. So she leaves. Luke's like, fuck, I gotta get free. I gotta go save my friend, So we have this race against time where he's trying to like solid snake out because he gets himself loose, right?
Yeah. He breaks his own thumb.
Thumb to do it.
Okay, I have a question. Because I just saw this in some other movie I was watching the other day, too, where somebody's handcuffed and they break their thumb.
Yeah,
How
John
does
Wick.
that help you get out of this fucking handcuffs or the fucking rope? How? You still have to get past your fucking thumb. Breaking it doesn't make it any easier. If anything, it's got to make it more fucking hurt you to pull a fucking handcuff over your broken goddamn thumb. How does that help?
But you got to break it at like the actual hand bone, and then you can just kind of move
you got to
your.
break your hand in the middle.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. I guess it's just because in a movie, it's really visually like visceral to see a thumb get broke.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it in the movie.
And
I was
again,
it's easier to do that.
But if of all the fingers you could break, the one you're going to need the most to like use tools and shit to try to survive is your
Is
thumb.
your thumb? Yeah,
It's
true.
cut the pinky off. Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
look cool, right?
Yeah, you got the-
I fucked with the Yakuza.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, that's a good point. You could tell the fucking monster. He could be like, look, you see this missing fucking pinky? I fucked with the Yakuza and I'm here alive to talk about it. And
It's like Predators.
You kind of look like a kaiju, so watch out.
No, true.
Yeah.
Oh man, Bobby slapped me down for shitting on kaiju movies last week, by the way. And he did it in the most Bobby way possible, which is the nicest. He's just like links 4 of them that are like, these are incredible, and yeah, you could totally do these for a month. So he basically
that. Sorry, that's not my cup of tea. Yeah.
Yeah. So he tries to fucking solid snake out of there. And on the way, he sees a ton of hitchhikers shit, right? So they've been doing this for a while. And the whole time, you just hear this noise coming from upstairs, like gurgling, churning, atmospheric sound. Like, what the fuck is that, right? He heads upstairs, grabs a torch on the way. Torches, by the way, in movies, these are fantastic torches. Burn a long time. They work well. I mean, great movie torch. Goes up there, and it just looks like the fucking movie theater from House of Wax.
That's exactly what I thought. Yep.
Except it's like a church setup of what looked at first to be like the Wicker Man, like a bunch of those little Wicker Men, but they're just fucking what appear to be dead bodies. And as he starts
mummified.
navigate, but as he starts moving around, though, they start fucking moving, moaning, and they're fucking alive. And so he's like, what did my buddy say? Oh, yeah, burn this place to the fucking ground. And
that's right.
Yeah, he very nonchalantly just moves one of the torches over and sets the motherfucker alive. Sets him fire alive.
Lighting what he has to believe are people on fire.
Yep.
That look mostly harmless, I would say. I don't think they could fuck him up, but there are a lot of them.
They have like all this.
Come on, you remember Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw?
True. Yeah, he can swing a hammer.
They have all the sticks and stuff out of them. I was wondering if they were like sacrifices that were like stuck up in the trees, and then eventually they come down, and that's like his congregation.
Maybe
that's what I thought too. I got the impression that they were like internally praying to that god. Being stuck there.
Or maybe that's the what actually happens at the end to his worshippers. They do age,
they do age, but they still
because
don't
they
die.
live forever. I think maybe it's the people who fall up when you finally fall off the fucking tree.
Could be.
You can't stay up there forever, right?
Yeah, that's true, because he does ask her if they took the friend down from the tree, and she says, no, we leave him up there for the monster. So yeah, maybe they eventually fall down, and that sucks, man. You just see like, I mean, the granny's kind of fucked up, but the younger chick is like, looks normal-ish. The rest of them are normal, and then you're one of those guys. Ugh.
Oh, she's got to be the hot one in this fucking place, right?
I mean, Tim. That's not saying much. It's like being the hot one in Missouri.
Look, I mean, that is considered. Look, I might join this cult if I was going to be that hot stud muffin of the place.
It'd always be the belle of the
ball.
ball.
Those fucking white. Jesus Christ, I'm Irish. Yeah. I got white skin, but not as bad as these motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, fucking Uncle Fester in there, the bald guy. Jesus Christ.
I'd have all those village ladies wanting to fuck me.
Yeah. So the monster starts coming out, right? And all the villagers are outside kneeling in front of it. And it starts talking backwards, like again, the Red Room kind of vibe, to all the people that are kneeling in front of it. While this is going on, dude inside, right, the bald guy comes after him. He grabs a gun, shoots the fucking ball. First he fucks up, tries to pull the trigger, doesn't work because he's English and doesn't know how to use a gun. So he finally cocks it back and then blam, shoots the fuck out of that guy. Walks out. There's another villager inside with an axe that's distracted by the monster's backward talk outside.
Well, yeah, you see the dude standing there with the axe, but he keeps staring at something.
Yeah. Doesn't care about the guy with a gun because this ancient god.
Because whatever he's looking at right now is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, and the monster sees the fire going on in this fucking house, and he's pissed. So the monster comes over, grabs the young woman, picks her ass up, and brings her over to the fucking door. It just like dangles her ass, and then drops her. And you can see that he's like ripped her eyes out because she's all fucked up. Then goes back for homeboy Dom, and you can see Dom's like looking off in the distance, and he sees his wife. He's like, "Oh shit, yeah, my wife's coming. This is cool." Gets up close to him, looks him in the eyes, and the wife has the weird shimmery eyes like Riddick has. And it's the monster. It's not really.
I'd be wondering what the fuck is my wife doing here right now.
Tom's wife is way too hot for him, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh man,
yeah.
No way, he
way above his.
Even with those eyes.
Asherz, from your lips to this weird Nordic god's ears, way too hot for this guy. This guy's got to be like either rich or packing or something. I don't know what.
Something with all that fucking complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he was packing or rich, he wouldn't have anything to complain about. So who knows, man? Anyway,
I thought that I hurt my dick.
Luke makes his way out, right? Sees the fucking monster and just shoots it. Blam! Pisses the monster off, right? What the fuck? Got his attention. So he runs, the monster's chasing after him. And as they're running through the woods, you see like little bits of the supermarket that he's running through with, again, and as far as like Candice talking about the lighting goes, this is maybe the best part of the fucking movie with the light, just the juxtaposition of those supermarket scenes in the woods.
Yeah,
with
those
the
neon lights
chasing him, and the neon lights, but also the natural light. It's fantastic, right? And the whole thing's falling apart, dude. The shelves are getting knocked down while the guy runs through it, and he sees a clearing, but before he gets to it, the monster just fucking spears him like Goldberg. Just bam! Knocks his ass down, right? He's laying on the ground, and he just sees this axe on the ground, and he sees morning through the trees. So he pulls himself up. He sees the monster under the light of the store. The monster comes up to him and stands up. And when this thing fucking stands up,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, okay, I'm dealing with like a 15-foot tall thing. Then the thing stands up and you're like, oh fuck.
And like it uses its like face arms to like make like a prayerful pose. Yeah. Like it's praising like, the sun.
Right. It's like, look, bitch, you're gonna pray to me. Basically is what it's trying to communicate, right? Look, I am a god to you right now. Like it's like if you've ever seen a bear stand up, like you see bears are fucking big and then they stand up and you're like, fucking shit. So I think
if it's a black bear, what is the rule?
Don't go in the woods.
Yeah, true. If it's a brown bear, kneel down.
Yeah, if it's brown,
kneel down.
Kneel down. If it's black,
if it's bear,
call a Republican. They'll take care of it. We'll just call the cops. So no. So then the monster shoves him down and makes him suck his dick, and it's fucking shoves him down and makes him pray, makes him bow to the dude. And I'm like, you can't. That's not really worship.
Hey, he works with what the Jotun works with what it has.
Well, I think he's telling you this is what I want you to do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like when you're motioning toward your dick, like
when you're pushing on a dog's butt to get it to sit down.
When you're pushing on a dog's butt to get it to sit down, yeah. So, but he stands back up. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm not going to bow down." And the monster puts its foot right on his back and forces him back down. And then he just looks back behind the monster. He sees his dead friend from the store give him the thumbs up, like, you can do it. And he's like, all right. So he stands back up, grabs the axe on the way up, just pisses the monster off, right? Oh, you're not going to pray to me? Are you kidding? Comes over at him, grabs his ass, goes to attack him. And as he does, dude just axes it right in the fucking face. Just tunk.
Skatonk.
It's a great fucking smack on it. Monster drops him, gets pissed, and dude just runs off into this clearing. And as soon as he
As
gets
you
into,
should.
Yep. And as soon as he gets into the clearing, monster runs up, stops, and he does the mime like invisible wall force field thing.
Yeah, with his face arms.
Yeah.
The monster's just there swinging a chainsaw, going crazy.
What the monster didn't know is that earlier William Sadler went around with the blood of Jesus and surrounded the woods. So we have a demon night scenario, folks. No, so he can't come out, and the monster yells at the dude, and the dude yells back. He's like, fuck you. No, fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, this is why it couldn't be women in this, because the woman would have just left. There's no reason to yell back and forth with the monster.
That's true.
You got to establish your manhood.
Take your dick out, take a piss on the tree from the other side of the fucking forest. That's it.
Stupid shit. But yeah, it's okay, because then he turns around, stumbles through the field all night and all the next morning toward the lodge. And in the distance, he can see a car driving by, and everything goes black, and we get the credits.
Do you think he made it back to civilization?
No.
No, he's dead.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was still very far away.
Well, the god of the plains and fields came and killed him here. Probably the bastard child of Athena, I'm going to guess. Some Greek god mixing it,
He went through the cornfield for a shortcut.
Oh, man. But yeah, that is it, folks. That is the ritual. And man, what a fun watch. Watch it if it sounds like a fun thing to you, watch it. Or if you've got a lot of trauma, like Asherz, watch it.
Yeah.
Could identify.
Yeah, it's good for trauma.
Could identify with that. So, yeah. I mean, I guess any final thoughts from you guys, or?
I mean, I definitely recommend this over the Tales from the Crypt version of it. So
it's not the same movie, Tim. Okay. What about you, Candice?
I definitely recommend this movie just to see that creature.
Gotcha. And Asherz, what did you say? Google it, look up the pictures of the creature, or?
No, definitely watch it. I mean, I had come across an interpretation of it where, the whole reason why he was marked to begin with was because of his trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole commune of people were all, traumatized by something or the other. And the whole reason why the monster didn't come after him was not because it couldn't, it's because he was healed. And so it wasn't interested in keeping him any longer.
Okay.
So, going into it with that perspective, I feel like definitely changes the tone of the movie. The monster does look really fucking cool. And yeah, I mean, I recommend it. Sure, check it out.
Alrighty. So what about if people would like to say, I don't know, hear more from you? Asherz,
what if they have nothing to do on a Wednesday?
It says Wednesday, and they're having a Wednesday that's just way too normal.
Oh, well, my gosh, have I got a prescription for you? You can check out my podcast on Wednesdays We Talk Weird, where we have a new episode every Wednesday. As I mentioned, our most recent episode, The Goat Man, would be a good one to go into after this.
Yep.
We talk about how the Goat Man is a serial rapist and all kinds of wonderful stuff. So check that out.
Yep, it really gets their goat.
You might say he's the goat of rapists, right?
No, Tim. Nope. We don't call rapists the goat, Tim. Sorry, that's just one of our rules here. So what about you, Tim? Anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet?
No, just as always, pay attention to us. If you can, join the Patreon and, whatever, cool. Maybe some people don't have the money to afford $2 to listen to the greatest bonus episode that's going to be coming out after we record this. Give us a 5-star review on, I think I just heard Spotify became like the #1 podcasting app.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's what I listen with.
Okay. Well, yeah, give us a 5-star review on your app of choice then. What about you, Candice?
And listen to the Grind Bin and Mustachio Podcastio.
Always listen to those, as well as Wednesdays We Talk Weird. What about you, Candice?
Same old shit at HorrorHoochie69 on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can follow Tim at YoboGold on Twitter. You can follow me at Eddie the Axe or at Bloody Bits if I get suspended again for saying that Jordan Peterson should give himself a swirly.
Just won't let it go.
Apparently that
I
is...
just found out that fucking account that does the fucking Japanese porn titles, it's just got banned on Twitter.
Fuck Twitter, guys. Go to a different social media platform. I have to use it, though, for promotion. And speaking of promotion, you guys should all go to patreon.com/bloodybits and subscribe to our Patreon so you can get access to the blood bank with over 6,000 horror, action, and cult movies. Whatever your heart's content is, it's there.
And if it's not, just call Eddie up.
If it's
That's
not,
it.
yeah, don't call me.
Well, no, I'm going to put your phone number on Twitter.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right. Well, you don't own Twitter.
But
actually,
who are you going to report it to, Eddie?
You could call me. You could call 3234 the Axe. That's my number.
See? That's what I meant. Come on.
Who am I going to report it to?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I'm gonna call this old Nordic god monster here to go eat him. It's even better because anybody who's calling me has pain.
Damn, your dog thought that was funny.
Jesus. So then, so thanks everybody for listening. So for me, Tim, Candice, Asherz, and Candice's dogs, folks, this is how we end it.